CareFinder is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With CareFinder, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at CareFinder. With CareFinder, you are assured of a secure investment.
APS letter. Ndemu APS letter. APS Gambia lemu APS. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyati mwete kufuri mbala kentala di. Ke nyati mbondari taba futuola. At least it ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyati mbo. Yo min fo enda sija. Ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa kodo kino. Min tata fo wuli muang ime charge fenna wala nta sindi jam.
Ako. Nyati mbo. Nko ko kabo transito. Katawula fo wuli muang. Ite fenne dola. Womu zero feel between kabo was 20,000 la kasele san eke tamuna eke charge na fanga buka fensi wait 1% na malam mati
wota yara gabe no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko ko do ki ibadi ngol
ya jele ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari men ko mayata be wala fanga mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibining abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko 24 ndi nawek
ha
ni oto je nyamendo tachi ama ni ama doro abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
wata mbade ngameno albesito wulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela lam baylo kon APS wallet nyaata doro bari koto nim fata do suko kon to
ni be fono le mol nyaala jam nim fata do suko kon ba fole
basiti jembita ndori gi sajede kadu sa APS 100% namum
APS 100%
APS
Gambia 100%.
Looking for the perfect home away from home in the Gambia? Welcome to BC's Residence, your ideal short-stay apartment in the heart of Bundum. Whether you're visiting for business, pleasure, or an extended stay, BC's Residence offers you the comfort, convenience, and privacy you deserve. Enjoy spacious, well-appointed accommodations in a peaceful neighborhood just behind Nusrat High School. Our residence combines modern amenities with authentic Gambian hospitality, ensuring your stay is both comfortable and memorable. At BC's Residence, you are not just booking a room, you're finding your perfect base to explore all that the Gambia has to offer. Ready to book your stay? Contact us today. +220-941414. BC's Residence at gmail.com. BC's Residence, Bundum, behind Nusrat High School. Your comfort is our priority.
Baringolu ngali kontong ngali bismillah fen frendi yalonko ibe kerfatu jube kan nyin tembenna drong ba fulala ala barka bake alkalla wato minta kabulan noma ninyi wato sita alla di grand bantaba programme le mi yalonko akana arjuma ninyi wato sita drong juber labe dawda gambia fu gambia bantala mbebe tentula bake mbe jeyla ikela wato minta kabula nyin programme noma ka jube ka sembentu yandi fanan ka tinnan kawni nyada aka jamfa ninnata nka kujamalle kacha gambia banko kanjang ko la men yalon ko abe dendim politiko la anim politiko tano ñul be mu kulati men yalon ko nke kacha nyim programme to jang bari jannin ka tenten ton kala kalam tandiko bunda fulol men yalon ko wolle bulodum nyim programme ko to ka sembentu yandi ka fasa wole mu APS anin ke findati APS itol keda bunda mi alon ko kodikio anin ka kodota e ka mamma wole fannala gambia banko kanjang nanata kodikio ni koditala nyonta wala muti sika wasika mantere la koro nyo sabo fana mantara e la koro gambia banko kanjang e felante dron enin kukuro nata nan da mi alon ko e kafo rifa an ningatara ibadingo e kanunte waranto e teri e be bantala banko kan ni APS ila linko nyinki drong rifala ring niya sen galie ye APS wallet o ya sign up taje ka daile ka kodo ki badi ngole siar ngo wili saba ibe chance la ka wili killing kemelulu ka gagner ñu bemu kulati mi alon ko APS ya samana bari manda woto ap kilimbe gambia banko kanjang mo be nyanta sotla ila bulu kono telefono kono le wala mu APS apo nyinti elani APS app wallet mu fenati mi alon ko kujama akawoleke surtout ndaba kono ni ngatre be deto kono surtout te jang atejang ni la cash power abanda isenyin apo use no e cash power sang bari manda woto fanan ni be deto kono fanan amanjari ka dindingo ki kata bitiko ro isela nyin bulu kono telefono ta ye credit ko sang nyimbe mo kulati mi alon ko APS e ka kele gambia banko kanjang e baliye tonko nano beto nge tentu baki nge jay nyaato domandi albi fanan nomba jelale screeno duma adabe bundal kono men yalon ko e benyum programme sembentu yandi kam bake ka fasa wole mu ker findati nanata korda loning korda wafola gambia banko kanjam mosafo nyontan le muti sika mantere la koto ila ko lanno warta bake nyim banko kanjang ken sangole be bulu bam mi yalon ko ilafta ka lo ni frate mo drong elafta ay pare wati la drong ni frata nyim bunda me mo ker findati ibela korda lole andi bela chabo dile retana tan sotla je bari korda lori mbandi ngo fana e kanyul be wafile gambia banko kanjang tonkon nano beto nal frate mo drong albi tarajele mbe tentula bakem be jela bari fana be mo fana tentula men yalon ko wolle ka style ki nyim programme mi alon ko e bola jube kan ni ngatre be programme nyin jube kan nyin tembenna e se tenten ka style ki no nyin la romba fele ya barka baki bari ni ngatre ba jube kan YouTube channel olto isitano je ye subscription free of charge lam ite kanina fenna nyul be mo kulati mi alon ko kake bawo na fengol be je men alon ken ke bondi na YouTube wol mbuke bondi Facebook o jang ku jamal bije men yalon ko kuma balu nki bo atodulato mi yalon ko wolem na YouTube channel o nyento mbafala mo be ta jeto ye subscribe alla di grand bantaba programme le mutane na drong anal badi mante CD job nene welcome back.
Thank you so much, Sidi. It's always a breath of fresh air listening to you do the intro. Your mandinka is top notch.
Thank you.
I pick new words and words you have them so it amazes me a lot.
Thank you.
But anyway, di wax ñep rek assalamu alaykum di dalal ñep di jox ñep sen waccuway ak sen wérluway di len nuyu di len santa njëkkee ko rek ci suma chame yi ni Lamine Mane and of course my uncle and son both. How man ñu bari dañ dé mëna am lolu béna nit nekk sa uncle te pare mu nekk sa doom man am na lolu nono docteur Ablaye Bojang di la nuyu yow tamit Sidi ci liggéey bu rafet bi nga def am contente rek di nuyu ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñuy seetaan machallah Grand Bantaba dafa nekk loo xam ne dafa sax ci xoli nit ñi right imaginal nga toog one week gisuñ la you have more than 50 messages, everybody checking on you, which means that need ko bàyyi xel. You understand? It's like, okay, still people have not grabbed yet, okay, I alternate. You know, I don't come every week. So every week the woman you is like, they will ask it, oh, look how gisuñ la grand bantama. Not just checking on me, why ni ñu ngi bàyyi xel show bi ni. So loolu noonu wane na rek fan la show bi tollu ci nit ñi ak ban ité la ci nit ñi am ba nga xam ne ñu ngi ko bàyyi xel te lu ci manqué rek dañ ko dee mun a xam te dañoo dem pour lijjanti ko kon di leen wax ne yéen saa yu nekk rek maa ngi leen di safoo di leen tiitaroo seen bugil ci man seen cofeel si man yéeg naa ko te xam naa ko te I will not take it for granted parce que bu dut yéen du ma nekk te bu dut yéen duñ fi toog di dalal tamit suñ gan bi dinaa bàyyi bi nga ko introduce you know then I will really try to appreciate her also and give her some flowers because it's a special day for me to have such a guest on the platform kon sit tight watch, relax, right? After your iftar, just take a sip of tea. Don't eat yet. And eat while you're watching the Grand Bantaba because we have a very epic and fantastic show for you guys tonight. Your queen is back.
Thank you so much, Nene. Mr. Mane?
Well, barka bake sidi kan soto jambi arjumu fanana. Be nene konton na bake, nene pare ñi ñata bake.
As always. Yalom pare wo mentality.
Okay. Dr. Fanan konton na Mr. Dr. Abdoulaye Bojang fanan molde mi alon kala contribution o ka beti ajam bake. Mbete sidi fango konton na jibirlan min yalon ke be banko kan anim banko la bantala fanan be betu konton na pour wike la watol bula nyamin kanyim programme o jibe andu ka feedback sol min fanandi programme wala commune ene ya fo nyamin aka beta programme o fanan na bakel fudata wati la saying badia choko warta banko kan ani banko la bantala mol mil ke kol ka contribution on ni kam intandi ka je komi no be ku kendo lote saketen do sa feedbacks milia lon ko ka kumaya bak ka ton tol fanan na siyo jam manke kontol le nga betu lon ka kacha kulele milia lon ko ngala fi pour ka da warandi saje banko betu se da dunno aka chala nyami so woto mu kuleti miya lon ko pour ndengan da dunje akan kontani bakele melun tam ba fanan kontonna mba jiala fanan bi ñim platform moto abaraka bagasi.
Thank you so much Dr. Bojang. Bismillah.
Yes, memol we kontonna be na sister kontonna. Ako kufula fogo soto.
Saba nga kilingo ginata kilingo la. Saba lem amanke fulati. Sister lem, son lem, uncle lem. And of course Mr. Lamin Mane, you know, anin na Luntamba, and of course na other guest member join la, or not guest panelists member join la, anin Giberla, home and abroad, you know, mbe duala bankoe, mbe duala mulbe, you know, mbe altendula, nasungaro mabe, afelending inshallah mbe ba banna kayko kono, alama dual be jabela, you know, melfara be sunkang monyo Cristiano and all that, ulfanam be duale ala sila duani la sunga muda. You know, it's a pleasure all the time to be on the platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mabaraka bake Ablay, Janing, Mr. Alassane Dramé Kaduna Drong, kalkalam tandiko Mr. Tunkara, me alonko nkasoda jani watin kono ka NPP represent akamuta abulo be deterim bake atamatale wakamala me alonko wolemu NPP ila students wing la president memu Mr. Alassane Dramé bi atelemina programme to bi ka mo si mo to yalla mi alonko wolemu Tunkarati ñin tembenna te fon farandin kala dron foka fanam bula ani jama ño konton janin kana luntan dun dal fanan ni jama ño konton Mr. Dramé bismillah
abaraka bake marbi konton na meto Alassane Dramé de NPP students from the Secretary General
yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to be here to have a discussion. I see so many familiar faces. Some of them I've never met them in person. It's a pleasure to have a wonderful discussion with all of you.
Abaraka bake Alassane wolem Alassane Dramé NPP ila students wing la Secretary General kamunta atelebe sirin Tunkara toyala bi Tunkara te tamatale abulobe mutaring nte fon farandin kala drong wala pour jannin kadum programme kono ngana luntango bula follow ateni jamae ño konton bawo di Grand Bantaba amanke nka politiko ko dammale kacha nyim programme to nka ku jamale kacha membe dendi ko la men ya lonko abe dendi hanama dingo la balu nyala ani ko men ya lonko ay hanama dingo sula nkol be kacha nyim programme to le amandam politiko dammala wo kamala nga moso da jang mi ya lonko akamunta ñin tembenna mola mati mi alon ko abe min ñini kan drong wala mu justice même mu tilingoti nal hakilo bakam wati dantan komanto ay safero ke num fang Facebook même mu jaman laban dinkirati même be dending afa mala yemawla sanji dantangol men yalon ko wolle tambita andum ngajele fana molu e be finte kan social media pour que la fasaro itandala bi ngajele soto jang mbani nin kala ku jamal la nyinketa no nyaadile anata nyaadile anim fanan ala balwo nyin aya ke nyaadile anala dimbaya nyin temben ñu be mu kulati mi alon ko mbani nin kala le nyin temben na bar jani wotron kanate kantron mbabula la follow anin jamaay ñoo konton ni mboroto nga topic of discussion samana katial men yalon ko le soto andum mi adabe wala da kono wala munal hakilo bakam weekend kono lo kun tambila la ngajele Brikama area council ila chairmano mem yankuba daboti ay safero ke jaman laban dinkirato kaytandiko department of physical planning ye notice diala akamunta nying slab the monuments fonkol men be da kan silo kanten pour ya do ko nyi londi akamunta afana yala balambaye tandi wo ko nyinale mba ko kacala janne nal hakilo ba kam fana akamunta kibaro fintita kunu da mi alon ko national assembly ila select committee committee mi alon ko ye do ko di tollila pour ka je ko de ka kisi roke nanata former president ya jammi ala assets nal yomo wolomo ala jorangol men ya alon ko wolle wafita ani wafita nyaadile akamunta yela report o fintindile mba ko nyim fanan kacalale bar janni woto men na luntan don la memo Mariama Fatajo ani jama ño konton nimboro do drong nga tenten programme la Mariama ñe jadi grand Bantaba bismillah
abaraka bake sidi assalamu alaikum badi jiberlal kafo ala baraka bake alla jibe ko ma and of course mon men bebi ja kabo antinene la kata fo Dr. Abdoulaye aning henyu position mi alon ko nemed bi kafale thank you for the opportunity contenta bake pour alliance soto ni platform moto bi amu kontanye ku baleti mi alon ko malong hapo be dandi nyada men kal appreciate again alla do ku nyima ni aje ko banko tolle mu banko ti mo kilinta kenola so ale step minta pour ka contribution ke banko la nyato tala ka appreciate ka fali al nimbara bake o kama badi la moy la antele mu Mariama Fatajo famalem Siaka Fatajo mi alon ko ayi manta sanji konato o kama be justice nyinen kala nata bi ka questionable answer and call me along ko abeden ngala ye mangala inshallah
abaraka bake thank you so much wala mu Mariama Fatajo jannin kanate kan drong ben topic of discussion start lamba dat la dameng wala mu Brikama area council nene gis nen ne department of physical planning then you hear notice at Brikama area council pour ñu stop liggéey bu gaay nekk di def the beautification works of Brikama pour guys stop ko jox nañ ko notice gis nañ ne chairman dugana Facebook in fact the notice wone na ko fofu nonu bi nga gisee lifin bi what is your reaction about it?
Well, thank you Sidi again glad ne ñu ngi waxtaane loolu comme niñ koy defee rek lu nekka gis naa ko mu post ko actually ma gisee coow bi bari you know ñu ngi wax xawma boppa be geen bi you know rek sen ma try put trace the guy nekk di wax then I realize ne moom mu xëy su mu post notice biñ ko jox noonu and the ñaxtu ak dissatisfaction am méttitam li tax ñu war koo bàyyiloo liggéey bi nga xam ne mu ngi koy def foofu noonu and gom-gom bi mooy ne moom askan bi la fa nekkal te lu askan bi bugga loolu lay def lépp lu mooy def moo xam ne dafa indi yokkute ci dundini askan bi mu doon lu rafet parce que duñ ne bu late right now question bi mooy ne man dama feel ne ñi seen notice bi it's a little bit vague okay léegi li ma established mooy ne because let's establish because councils, right? They should have autonomy. You understand? They should. Pour def liggéey yu bari because loi lañ binda boo xam ne kenn mënu koo daxa unless nga dem si court si pour génne ko waaye mënuloo ñëw rek loi bi ne la defal li kooku di ko def yow because of xëy na yow position bi nga téye moo gën a xaay nga ñëw ni kooku bul ko def loolu noonu waawut right? So su nekkee ne ñoom loi may na leen pour ñu def ay liggéey yoo xam ne soxluñ pour jël permission o laaj kenn ndax mun naa ko def ndax mënuma koo def keneen warut a jógee fële ne leen bu leen ko def te teguñ ko fenn because li ma foog ne li war a tax ñu leen le bàyyi leen liggéey bi dafa fekk liggéey boobu noonu indiwul yokkute instead dafa indi yaxa o dafa cause inconvenience si ñi nga xam ne ñëw dëkk foofu noonu den loi bi naka position o power bi gën a mag war naa mun a ñëw ne déedéet li nga def nii amalut njëriñ askan bi daf leen di yaxal o du leen indi yokkute ak jëm kanam loolu mun naa ko understand waaye tanka loolu amul fan lañ wéer pour wax ko ne liggéey bi ngaa def bàyyi ko bul ko def xam nga loolu leerul foofu noonu well again gis nañ ne moom wax na ne moom du bàyyi te foog naa ne mu ngi continuer liggéey bi foofu noonu and ña ko wax ne bàyyil ba mu leen ne du ma bàyyi fooguma ne déggaat nañ ci ñoom pour ñu def leneen so su dee ne ñoom bàyyiloo biñ ko doon bàyyiloo lu déggu la am na fuñ ko taaj lan moo tax bu mu leen ne bàyyiwu ma ñëwuñ fooda pour wax ko ne waa di nga bàyyi parce que lii ak lii moo war a tax nga bàyyi waruloo koo def àndut ak luwaa jubluwut foo xam ne foofu la war a jublu loolu noonu yëpp defuñ ko so at the end of the day dañoo delluwaat suñu xel ñu xam ne divergent views or being in different political affiliation or parties that warut a affect nga development in our communities because at the end of the day li ñuy wax rek when two elephants fight the grass suffers so at the end of the day da ngaa gis ne ñi nga xam ne ñoo war a njëriñoo loolu noonu ñooy ñàkk ñooñu la ñuy lor not chairman Yankuba not the physical planning director or whoever gave the directive for that to stop because I'm sure ne kii bindal letter bi or ki nekk si position boobu bindal letter bi they could Birkama I'm just saying possibly they could Birkama possibly amul njabootam ñoo xam ne su dee ne li ñoo def noonu def nañ ko ñooñu dinañ ci njëriñoo o dina leen indil yokkute xëy na ñoom feneen lañ dëkka so léegi-léegi da ngaa xool beyond understand nga da ngaa xool beyond boo stobee loolu noonu ñii ñàkka fu mu toolu ak li ñoo ñàkka lan la leen di indil o lan la leen di xañ politics dafa toxic si dëkk bi ba nga xam ne everything nit bu saxatee sax dañoo xaal saxat bi ban shape la am ban logo la xaw a nuroo ban voice la am ban color so somebody will take it and put it into perspective am fu mu ko féetale they will not look at the substantive issue when it comes to whatever and loolu mu ngi yàqal lu bari gis nañ ko fu nekk every Banjul ñu ngi jànkuwante seen issues when it comes to luñ bugg a def central government bi ne leen déedéet lii ak lii and yëpp dara naka lalu ko du ne dëgga du ne jub du ne luwa waaye politics KMC moom waxuñ ko the master foofu moom if you want to learn how to go back and forth with the government go to KMC they have a whole school in it in there
do you think this is politically motivated?
This is not the first time sorry say that again.
Do you think it is politically motivated?
I think it's politically motivated because gisanguma anything liñ maa wax that will convince me li tax ñuy ko stop law until they bring that gisanguma a superior argument aside from that letter which said a lot of writings but said nothing apart from who will not want to beautify Gambia rek laa gis ne sa biir kër dafa mel ni jamaa waaye soo génnee sa bunti kër du méngoo li nekk ci biti bu mbedda bi ak li nekk ci biir du nekk benn you go to the west you have to upkeep the environment sa bunti kër fii toog naa fi ma explain maa ngi America suma kër dafa am Bahama grass right suma backyard bi and then soo passé suma backyard bi nga am a walkway for pedestrians and bicycles or whatever then soo jógee foofu am nga another space foo xam ne that is between more separate the pedestrian walk and the main road foofu grass moo fa nekk right but I am mandated su ma dogee suma land bi dama war a dog foofu noonu su ma ko dogut I'll be ticketed I'll be fined te foofu bokkut suma property bi de waaye man maa ko am pour dog and everybody on that street foofu fu mu fall sa backyard yaa ko am pour dog you understand so gi nga suma néebo bi su dogee grass am bi that evening nu ma guddi suma wàccee damaa dog suma grass bi because dafa so evident ne kële dog na bosam yow sa bos da ngaa gis nu mu jógee so you have to cut it because you don't want to look like mentality understand nga mentality bi and people take ownership people take responsibility so amee koo xam ne mu ne ok dama bugg a def place bi mu look like ku ñëw di nga xam ne dëgga ñi fi dëkka askan bi ñuñ war a respect lañ ñuñ war a cëral lañ ñoo xam ne la dañ am dignity waaye am na nu place yi di mel wallahi ku fa ñëw du la respect so man gisuma lan mooy problème bi foofu noonu let the physical planning come and tell us give us a superior argument li tax ñu war a stop liggéey bi understand nga te loolu na méngoo ne dafaa yaaxal luwaa na méngoo ne joxut askan bi yokkute ak jëm kanam na méngoo ne indiwut beautification boobu noonu pour facelift foofu noonu su dee ne loolu noonu yëpp amu fa then one can agree ne ok war faa nekk waaye tanka loolu noonu let them chill and take a cup of tea and drink. People are going to do work because that's what they are elected to do.
Thank you so much.
But one thing I wanted to say also, you know, Yankuba as a human being need to master the art of time, right? And you need to choose your battle. You need to. Because I'm not being a perception being there, I'm chiyo. Even though the same thing, why you, because of who you are, you could be targeted. I'm not saying that's it, but you could be targeted because the way you handle things. And kunye patuflinga toy. You understand? Kunye patuflinga toy. It's important sometimes to use dialogue, understand, engagement, because there's steps before you resort to, brouhaha or making a big deal about it. Sometimes those things work. It works.
Okay.
But the moment you start with so much resistance, you resist, okay, they can put force to stop the work. How long are you going to be fighting? At the end of the day, are you going to get the work done? No. Anyone put the are they going to get it? No. So who loses still? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be smarter than the people that are trying to fight you. Because they are not, anyways. Let's say that. So you try to adapt some strategies, you can be 10 steps ahead of them.
Thank you so much. As they hake do drong, no voice akamunda amantara normally. As I hake do wala fanal.
Jumala voice.
My voice.
Really?
Having common call.
I didn't notice it.
Mr. Bari, notice jele yang siameng dundi ala official Facebook page me embeden ni Department of Physical Planning do ko mi alanko e bole ke kan currently pour yalonde biriaje yata nyaade.
Well, Sidi komi ngadiamu dol min kenu janna o programme tambila. Niaje Gambia government about a celebration or a cake and governance la ranking naja. But niaje wodulal to rule of law yaran min told to fail 38. So woka itandile lelo komi loi pour loi mara lo kenyim bankun kan amantra tamakan. Constitution of section 193 ayatandile komi nyimasa kundandingol inyanta high local autonomy sotola ila do ko kon. Womu 1997 constitutional. But ni data Local Government Act 2002 for Nanjibe. Ufana ya atandile komi Article 91 atandile komi local governments, every local government across the country. Ya autonomy shuttle. Puru kaje komi ya planning ke itolbe dulaminto. I read nyadla ako. Every local government shall mandatory have the autonomy or authority, planning authority of its area. Utakamunda ni local government will be to a nyanto sotole. Kilo wani shobea kamal miya lonko mumanya na interfere puru the planning of ibedulal minto ya woke. Ya family. Bi local government ninjumale be nyinkuol konoja. Department. Imagine you comparing a department under a ministry to a whole local government. Department umia lonka be ministry le koto akafa be local government na do ko londe le bojela nyimbankunda maneka. Local government is bigger than a department under a ministry. Anu a department local government akatamaning acts of parliament lal. When Gambia no based on the loi buko minna local government katamani wo loi buko. And wo loi buko le ko local government is a right sotole. Sal pour kaje komi the planning authority of their area itarela control. What a department on the Ministry of Lands. Natara komi imantara kuto miya lonko molle be koma. Wolbe mu right le sodle kafo local authorities shole komi yes do ko stop.
I like when you said a local government is guided by Act of Parliament. Now, if you go to the department, is it department or director? Department, they're guided by an individual giving them instructions to act.
Exactly.
So the disregard of the rule of law, that's what I wanted you to emphasize there because it's really important.
So what jibe ni wol ka fo to lenyande ka banko because ni ajuwe mansa kunda bani mansa kunda ndingolem. Muleke bulo du nyoka isaje ye banko samba development no itam. But say imagine ni mansa kunda baba la doko keka. Mansa kunda ndingo wati komi nini afo janne even KMC wadi sotte ye contract ko soto jam pour kam manol doku mbetu ngaji la labanta nyami ta bangi jibe na fenko fana jibe berkami ere council jibe ni ka fo yankuba ka kamfa wato dula jerta la e kamfa because ni be loi fele laring mol naata min ya lon ko loi te bulol kono e ko be sella loi kan to override imay na sonnola anno hani banko la constitution a atandile komi even a secretary of state minister or the president at any point in time na banko la constitutional loi kilintinya it's an impeachable offense inyanta ya ko discourse parliament kon nim minister le manyanta bolo al minister do ko la nim president wala manyanta scrutinize le kajibe pour ay impeach banko la loi kilin so imagine you ide be nyaton ko hake kan and wodu abetele ko pour yaaje ko mi nyanta do ko ndile nyame mol kanana e ka diam ko nene ya fo nyamintenti a whole letter there is no section ka fo ko mi nga nyimmi sa fe this letter to the Brikama Area Council abelari ni loi la nyinkara either the constitution or nyinne fo or even it all from the Ministry of Lands abelari wala nyamaji or the local government act ya fo le nyama no be to montre le letter kon is just a worded letter mi alonko molle opinion wala sa feji to obstruct doko mi alonko bi luwala atandi ko mi Brikama Area Council nyantake because constitutional function of the area council abijele kaje ko mi e monumental law e environmental preserve e cultural promote and inkodol ni tata local government act fanan jibe wo fanan the same thing wala bije but sidi abala fa warta bage bimbe document le fo kanje mi alonko fon some are 3 decades old. The constitution is just next year 3 decades old. Gambia is yet to have a third republic. Adama nafali masakundato. We are talking about the Local Government Act, almost 24 years old, because 2002 to date, is it 24 or 25 years old? So what a near at this time and age, ndo nyante tan la mansakunda maralo sambala ning buko lele mini alonko sangi tan saba buko le mol. See this conflict sulta baila no wodo. Dunia molka evolve le. Aminal evolved, the frameworks evolves too. It's a new best practices towards development, ali incorporate alle document on nyulko. But will be to mantraje. The constitution we are using be molle wuluta fo sita karre fayola fo nila musol o constitution o warra will be overcarry. And even the local government act. So the government should be very serious.
Okay.
And in the serious back I local government will bulay autonomy enjoy from the constitution and from the local government acts. Nama woke isa lonko local government authorities if another ye lo dula wodo dulata ibe bolole kam because of constitutional mandate pour ye wodo ko. Government mang any other rights when I say government here the mainstream government among any other rights and a department under a ministry fema lonko ministry of land is not bigger than the Brikama Area Council. Brikama Area Council composed of elected representatives from the chairman down to the councillors. The ministry is appointed and government creates ministries. Ya family. Ministry dol be kafukane. Ministry dol be jankunu. Wal mantara nunje maybe last 10 years. And the ministries, the government will come and introduce new ministry of digital and digital economy.
Is to create jobs.
So you see, and these ones are demarcated by the IEC. The IEC like government, the central government can elect ka president or elect. So even the ministry of land is not bigger than any area council in this country.
Thank you.
You curtail within their responsibilities and allow people to do their work as constitutionally mandated. They are infringing on people's right and they are not going to accept it. And you will accept we the people. We are not going to accept any ministry to work on any local government in Bampunka.
Thank you. Dr. Ablai, muna reaction oti.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have not been following. That's why I asked. I have not been following this issue. Yes, so
can I give you a recap? Government say Yankuma don't work. Yankuma say
I think I have seen the site.
That's the summary.
I have seen the site. That is the entrance to Brikama Hospital and blah blah.
Exactly.
Blah. After the church, something like that. So I understand it's a Kora monument.
Where the
also.
buses used to whatever, right?
Yeah. So the tourism aspect of it is good. You know, at the end of the day, if it is done properly, people would have the tourism benefit of the thing. You know, and that's great. Maybe the Kora would be promoted more. We have seen the Sona Jobates, the Jelba Kuyates, what they have brought to Gambia. And I think even the government or some other department also had recently made Jobate ambassador or stuff like that. So that is all the same line. It's the same thing. I don't really think it should have a problem because it's a small place, in fact. Yes, it's a small place. I'm not sure about the technicalities because, as I told you, I was not following this matter. I'm not sure about the technicalities, but I think going by history, the government is wrong. We have seen the situation of Roy Malik Law and then July 22nd, whatever.
Yeah.
We have seen it here.
The park.
Yes. We have seen it. Okay, we've seen Talib.
Road project.
This is it. Now, that is why I say I may not go into the technicalities because I have not followed. I would have done that if I whatever. But if you look at the history and how these things happen, they are more politically oriented, you know, than law.
It's all politics.
And so on. But again, who is also preaching law here?
Who's also
Preaching law. Or you want to play law, or you want to play legal. Because this same government is that government that denies court orders. They refuse to implement them. They refuse to do what the court say do. They refuse blatantly. How many things have we seen here? How many cases? So if they are preaching law or preaching legality, you know, it's hypocritical and it's like they're misleading. So, you know, problem on it. But I'll also take time na Yankuba Nara Council Jai. And of course, I also want to Jai Talib because I have seen a video yesterday by him that they now got an incinerator that will shred the tires, separate the iron and then, you know, the rubber, and then that is what we have been advocating for. That's leadership. It's sustainable. We've seen Yankuba also buying caterpillars, graders, and so on. This is what we want. For me, what I even believe they should promote, including Yanks, especially he is the guy disbursing a lot of this money. He should make sure, let's say in next 1 year or 2 years, each ward have a borehole drilling machine of their own instead of giving them cash. Or the entire region he buys and separates. So that water will not be a problem for anyone anymore. Even if you want to do gardening in your bathroom, you can do it. Yes. Look, having an incinerator, how many of these tires? That's very good from Talib's end. Look what Yanks is doing. It's also good. There is not a flawless leader. No, you don't have it. It's not a nation of angels. You understand? So we have to have some issues here and there, but that is normal. On average, they are performing tremendously well. So we need to take time also to always say, okay, these things are good, to encourage them. But going by the history that I have seen in this country, the government is wrong. The government here would refer to the department that actually is doing it. But again, this stains the NPP. If they are not coming out to clear the air, this is what should happen, or for them even going to be in the background to rectify some of these things. Because otherwise, people will associate these things to the government. That they are into a fight. They are ready to pick up fights. But this also has been preceded by the president's declaration at Brikama. He is ready for war. The minister works is also ready for war. So this tells you they are the ones that have the appetite, the urge to bring on this war and whatever I will call it to Yanks and then the people of Brikama. But the purpose of governance is serving the people at the end of the day. So if that beautification, effort of the council has not got any clear-cut danger, for example, I don't think it should be a problem. But if there are technicalities by law that are required to be fulfilled, yes, I would urge council to do them. That is fine. Now, when it comes to planning of councils, I am not sure how they go about the planning, as in
whether sometimes it just comes like this or so, instantaneously or so. But council would have gotten a better argument if they had come up not only with the directive from physical planning or the letter, but they had come up with their development plan, you know, timeline and so on, indicating, in fact, this was something that has been planned. Even if council plans alone, I want to believe coordination is also important, because you have a lot of departments that are working. Probably some of them have similar ideas or similar beautification efforts that they want to do. Let's assume council had developed that and then shared, for example, with the local government authority or whatever, the ministry or the service commission. Maybe it will help in terms of, you know, the engineering aspect of it, in terms of the sustainability of it, in terms of the future of it. Those things are things that would generally help the entire region and Gambia. And coordination is important. One of the problems of this country is coordination. In as much as we are autonomous or we are independent, coordination is important. So I want to believe or would encourage, if that is not happening with local governments, yes, you have right to do the planning and so on. But it's important that if you have your plan, you try to coordinate with others. It will reduce the hitches and then the back and forth in our governance architecture. This is just wasting people's time and distracting us. For me, what I all want to see is, all of us is, let's focus on getting President Barrow, not this small thing. But again, this is an indication, Kafako, we come on call, Wisconsin call, Yanguba ko abejula nyendila, Mansukunda bunda doko akana nyend, anundalil table. For now, ngamenje. So nyende is the walem, al na nga kafunyoka, nga Barrow bondi. It's very, very important. Nye kuma maja, you know, no let check confirm, because I had that discussion with a very powerful law student. Actually, he is called to the bar already. But I can promise you that you're going to have one of the finest lawyers this country will ever produce. He is in the making. We discussed this, he hits a lot. So, the world over, constitutional scholars call law. We went to school, so you know what we say, useful lifespan. You know what we say, salvage value, diminishing return and so on. So, you rise and fall. So it's just like this, a plot, rising plot, falling plot and so on. So realize that the scholars unanimously, constitutional scholars unanimously agree, the average lifespan for it to be useful is 17 to 19 years. And end up falling. Now I'm falling. If water for 50 years, 19% of all lualeka tamano. Amanja ke molle ke bang ato, bare aning jamano nying mang March. So aka outdated. So all luani buka effective no, abuka mol aspirations and if you represent no. Now if you put it this way, but okay, what is the essence of having, let's say, the change that we all yearn for, or those that some other people yearn for? Let me today exclude myself from that. You know, so you realize that that's a valid question, because Akamunta Haramademo, let's say at 20, like we have Landry Peters, you know, The Panic of Growing Older. He's a poet, very powerful poet. Now you realize that at 20, at 30, you start medical tests. That shows that you're diminishing, and so on. So your usefulness at some point akatalale. Lua buko fananka chewale nyama. Wala dina citizen soul Gambia dingol nyanta ka nyin lonko. Falindiri jaman la nyanta kila na lua bundal to, na lua bukol to. Nyin kamala Edward Francis Smalling Daugther, all Italy. Respect to their names, but they are gone. Their mentality, their ways of seeing things, the social fabric has shifted. So you're going to have the same laws applicable to these people. Just like drawing law for God when you are on planet Earth. Or Jupiter people, if there are people. It doesn't make sense. That incongruency. So governance mukultimealo, you are there to fix those problems instead of these petty problems. Okay. So you cannot be relying on this outdated stuff to be disturbing people's development and their progress.
Thank you.
So that wefana mukultimealo monyenta come out together to make sure now falling the water.
Thank you.
Have you seen?
Adam, I don't want to.
Have you seen that place where the bosses that they trying to beautify now before?
Yes, I've
You've seen it?
I'm sorry to the people of Bikama. You know, Bikama is not infrastructurally, it's not very nice. So this is good.
So wala
There's some support.
Nala ya support. Balimbaya.
And I like it. You know why? Because that place is going to be much more beautiful than the courts. You know.
Thank you. Mr. Drame, mula reaction.
I think it's a national discourse. Banku kachalam, andum fanang dal nga jewal nyam ko banku kachalam. However, kana nyina point auto Mr. Mane, I luanyum quote. That is the Local Government Act 2002 and with amendments in 2006. I quote ko luaya Yankuba Bulala or the other chairpersons across the country for a beautification of Momambalang. But then nata ron bi misal fe nta wulita nata manotem nga korda fen sota ngalo yamra fo man sakunda be physical planning fe be caution dina fita caution dina they will of course caution you nata data plus also this is very normal, it's a normal act nata data plus also comme hanata wulol kono mu yalo ye structure ta yalo permanent structure mu yale mu nyanda ka loji because physical planning ya monitoring team sort of we have a monitoring unit mu yale kata fo hani wulul kon ka jebe check for a structure loji la permanent structure mu manyana lola je fe market nata ya tara je permanent structure bi je mu yala mu nyana tara je they serve you notice another moment raji they serve you on the side another mo bi je another dokula bi je because those people are the one on site. They will serve you a notice on site. Not at the moment, Raji, you can notice paper in Talia, Janjan de Cordainco. Purisajana marinara, as a tomon. But an infant, Lua may mandate quotation Tali Mari, because Dulkanaka for Munane Mantai Maritalia, because physical planning and then become irreconcilable. They are in the same premise. So, Munane but then Lua mo deal. Purkataki Mario Take no. I want that to be clear. Ke no makata service can notice because the man notice so Imadi Yankuba. Yankuba is a political figure. And Brikama Area Council. Serve on site. Those who are working on site. So Brikama Area Council, they have administrative heads there. And each local area council is supposed to have a technical committee. We are like a chairperson Yamar on technical issues. And we expect that in technical committee, whatever Yankubatayas in the affair, beautification of a as per the development regulation 1995. In the permit tayanini because law is as well. Enter permit yanini. But then this would give me two questions. Well, maybe Yankuba will consult the technical committee because now a consult will enter advice. Or two, among technical committees sort of come Luaya assessment. So these two questions would come up. Secondly, we have a Mansakunda Majab. Magic in year firm fonsi muyala Mansakunda yantala wuli. Because government has a way of operating. And the Department of Physical Planning, if I need a dokole, yes, dokole, and the board dokole type of no. Haram Mansakunda Leokeno, central government, then they will serve them notice. Country ka wakolinya. And that in advanced democracies, come US, video do jubile, Macron, President Trump yende tambilan, ya Macron, a whole president of France, ya stopping the manoka. That shows how advanced democracies are. And the democracy for an advanced one. So if they are doing their work perfectly, I think they should be commended for that because of the institutional tamawonya. And in fanang about local government evening fankola juxtaposka a department, a ministry is a ministry, and physical planning, iba do ko government ko central government ita fa ko minister la babule na fa ay ni staff notice obviously mo la bula do ko le resas do ko loyal resas do ko so la ba do ko function ta so ta jiwe ko department e jutu mari la ya fa ko ha ita mu local government la nta la warta ñent lu am ko it's a rule of law ko fa ya fa ñam you should follow the rule of law. The law applies to everybody, whether you are a minister or whether you are a citizen who doesn't hold public positions. And secondly, local government are taking him back there, but he omitted it. Section 15, subsection 2, I follow every local government, a council, they should abide by the rule of the Constitution of the Gambia, bylaws, and in other national laws. So not within the national laws, ni acta nga soto mu yala ko janiba beautification okela enta mapamelo soto muna ni yankuba to follow. And in it is not like government be tarka ke stifled because before in 2024 I government samba court komiya fo nyame ko when it comes to dealing with central government issues, you go back to KM. KM has been going back and forth with the government to the court, and they won some cases, maybe almost most of them. So that is how democracy works.
Actually, all.
Yes. So I feel Yankuba is using KM's playbook, but he is not using it well. He's trying to use that. Say, for instance, Lord Mayor Bensouda Natalako, government ban wala nama rule time builder. I feel like this is an excuse. A bad workman will always quarrel with his tools. Like an excuse standing like Joe around. Moma stop put a road. And it's an ajibe, farmantra road tire we do kukan. Going to back out. He's taking credit for those achievements that he have. Kwaba road latake London. Farmantra keka. How is the government stopping them? They are not doing much in Brikama Area Council and the people with what has happened. And the Brikama and the people of Brikama. We have examples. And the people. I didn't interrupt when you were speaking. No, but when you were speaking, I wouldn't take that. No. Okay. No, I'll lose my time. I'll exhaust my time. So, Brikama Area Council, I will speak to him directly. Brikama Area Council hasn't been doing much, and they know that people are complaining about it, that they are not doing much. So, saying instead of going back, bringing development initiative, you can excuse star government can for her, government will be a stop can. Beautification project, I look at that. My son kill like Jay, Sanko. Comme ka sajir ke sansa mu ko ka sajir wa sansa mu wodra bi government sida ke ta stop mu ne ken sa ona wo if it is not properly guarded dindo batare ta ke ferai wa from it is not even much. Why would you come to Facebook even complain about that? And it is not even your role. You are not in that position. These are administrative and technical issues. Well, physical planning, they directed it to the right authorities, that is the administration. So it should have been the administration back to physical planning. But Atamanya cannot comment lawyer. And he is very temperamental. He should actually stop that and put himself in check. I think with regards to this issue, this is it for me. Market fanangaja of a complaint over fanan. But then that has been taken to court in 2024. And in court here rule like government as a market build. Okay. So why is he going, and he's a lawyer, so why is he going against the law? We expect him to be law abiding, and especially as a leader. But Ataman role big. So this is it. It's just a
abiding the law. You also preach that. You also preach
issue that he's just trying to do.
Following the law and abiding by the law. You should be the last person to preach about that.
Oh yes, we do.
No.
We really respect the law.
No, absolutely not. Because you're not a good example to advise people in regards to that.
Let's engage the question now. That should be the difference between an act of parliament, the constitution itself, and delegated responsibilities to ministers or departments. Ila hierarchy be nyo kanyadil. Na reisa mul mako no woto. Then balon nele eteka department or delegated responsibilities ning an act of parliament. Ibilo kulia fola mole world.
So, I know what you're trying to do, but then executive level. We have 3 arms of government. You have the executive, you have the legislature, and you have the judiciary.
That consists of the central and the main administration.
Yes, and they have apparatus that they use to work with. So apparatus.
And they are the ones. These core arms of government, these 3 combined consist of what you call the mainstream administration.
That is the central government.
Yes. But then after that, you have another organ called the local government.
Oh, so this is where you
consulti anala dokulal. So I'm coming. You can name other state enterprises or mean for tenting or department or mean for tenting. All those things fall within these 3 organs or government. So you cannot supersede wala ko katambi local government. That is a more supersede ko from all parliament, the judiciary, and the executive. We later to form the mainstream administration.
Okay.
But the local administration, it will hand killing as per the constitution of the Gambia.
Thank you. So, we have
you have to respect authority. That is what you call authority.
But then you have roles.
So if you said you cannot do it, then you are
it's not about
responsibility.
This is not an issue of cadre. This is not an issue of cadre. This is about giving a particular department sets of responsibility as per the laws of the country, and they are the ones who are supposed to execute it. So if they come to execute those laws, you should respect those laws. You shouldn't be focused on the department
over the act of parliament.
It's the laws that they came to fulfill.
Which of the laws? I want to know which of the laws. But which act that
that is the Development Regulation Act 1995. That is the department.
But that is not.
So that is what they came to execute. So that you will call okay. In department do land for. Then at the end of the day, then you don't respect the law of the land, because only that law of the land only that will call enforce. Only that will enforce. So that you will well. And in fact, local government, I see that people are trying to confuse it, because local government is part of the government. And then when they are given autonomy, it says high autonomy. But it didn't say
local autonomy.
Yes, but it didn't say absolute.
But even the central government don't have absolute.
But it is not absolute. So there are places where the government should come in, and you should also see yourself as part of the government. But not okay, central government is separate from us. We are a separate portion of the country. Then this conflict.
But that's what the Constitution says.
Separate. But it didn't say absolute autonomy.
I agree with you. I agree with you when you say, okay, it's high autonomy. It did not say absolute autonomy. And there is a place that government needs to come in. Now I ask you, why is it the government only cares when councils are saying, I want to beautify, I want to build parks, I want to build roads? That's when they come and say, oh, you cannot build it. No, hold on.
No.
Why is it that it is only at that you see government now wanting to come and assert their authority, but then when it comes to giving them their subventions, you know, to empower them, that doesn't happen. You don't hear government. When it comes to partnering with councils, right, to do works that are supposed to help the citizenry, they don't do that. You don't see government. And government will tell you, oh, this is Talib Bensouda, you understand, he's not doing anything. This is Yankuba, he's not doing anything else. At that point, it is Talib's responsibility. At that point, it is Yankuba's responsibility.
Of the development budget to come from the government.
Exactly. But then when it comes to them seeing something that is going to expose their incompetence and lack of foresight, now they come to want to assert their authority. Oh, we're government, or you don't have a power, or whatever. Dude, did you see that place before? That space where the buses used to park?
There's nothing beautiful.
No, wait. I'm saying, did you see it before when the...
I saw it. I went to school.
You know Brikama?
I know Brikama.
Have you ever been there?
Yes, I've done my school in there.
Oh, okay. So you've seen that place, right?
I've seen
you see that place the way it is when it comes to the rainy season.
Exactly.
The mosquitoes, the roaches, the cockroaches, the uncas, and everything else. So somebody say, I want to just clear the place and make it look nice, and the people can tell. Nobody goes there. The place no. So let's say you need a permit, but somebody just come and say, okay, I'll grade that place and pave it, right? Just pave it so that people can use it in a dignified way. You want to have a problem with it and want to come and preach us law and authority and whatever, which your own government never abides by, only when it's to their interest. Like, seriously?
All right, yes, you can come in before we get on the second topic.
So, ako mosquito move for the mosquito like Brikama, and then government is not.
And it was stinky. It smells.
Actually, as per the local government act, it has a responsibility.
25%.
And that's what they do.
Are they giving the 25%?
But then,
No, it's not responsibility. But what that's what they do. So what is the problem here?
You asked the question.
Next topic.
So, a responsibility which they are not doing. Saying, if you said you have an intention to build something to beautify the place, it should go by the law. I can have an intention. Okay, I said I want to come and beautify Latrikunda German. Then I go in the middle of the road and start building maybe flyover. It doesn't work like that. You have to go by the law of the land. You have to respect.
No, but there is no law that is stopping them because they have the right to build there without consulting anybody.
No, but we just
there is a law. No. Because that law does not supersede the act that they are working by. That law does not supersede the act that they are working by.
The central government is abiding by the law. They should abide by the law.
Get yourself familiar.
Thank you. Second topic straight away. National Assembly ila Special Select Committee ila report of indin la kunung nanata ya jame memo former president jorangol wananto bagasolu min yalon ko wolle wafita nyim banko kanja I wafi nyakita nyame ngajele report of indin la andum fang yi recommendation jamale kama adaba kono ko criminal investigations aning fanang institutional reforms do ko bundal la falingo wol be nyanta kelale nyindulato yenyi recommendation no ko de a report of indin chocho warta ko la bake dolbe mem fokan waranto be men nyinin kaka wolemu for his excellency the president waranto man sakunda e be nyi recommendation no ibe implement la le bang fote implement la wo mu kulati mialo ngo a chochobe warakam baki banko kan nene la moneka sa reaction about the committee's report.
Well, thank you very much. Just to commend them for the job that they have done and finishing it at this point in time. Now, again, we cannot appreciate their work in the absence of appreciating first and foremost the Republic, Mustafa. Because Mustafa was the one that put this expose out, first and foremost. At the end of the day, a lot of us, hamon nañ jaay nañ bagage hamon nañ okay liñ ci wax lu bari amna njuuj njaay yu bari ci nek parce que ñun ñepp ci dëkk bi lañ dëkk ku ci nek am nga ko jégué ku ci nek am nga ko xam té lu bari daf ne won fa nga ñepp gis nañ ko té dañ ci amu doole rek way amna lo gis lu la orné jaarut yoon way mënu lo ci dara nga wax ko waxulo ko wéccé ko parce que ñi ko doon def dañ doon def lu sen ciobare bopa lu len ne. Now, Mustafa jël the time put that detailed investigation mu génné ko mu trigger something, right? ñoo xamné ñom ñoy kan xamné lan la mean pour nekka pour oyé sa bop a citizen and a sovereign citizen, a patriotic citizens, right? Ay ndaw ñu bëgg seen réew ñu jóg ne dédé duñ xol ñaawteef gi ni ñu ne tekkate karal noppi ku nekk gestu gannaaw parce que lu xew may ne xejna laalu la xejna bokkuloo ci o xejna laal na ku la jege sa mbokk bëgguloo ko wax ñu ne déedéet ñu ñëw together you understand and that protest right never seen before protest and resistance more in the league moo tax ba ñu constitute that committee the select committee to do this investigation. So lu nekk rek am na fu mu faaxee ko am na lu tax moo tax man I say it a lot and if anybody doesn't believe it this is a perfect example. You have to precipitate a crisis to come and change and if Gala did not precipitate that crisis of that weekend we will not have gotten this because of electing. Imagine National Assembly members in Parliament, they ask for information and you have a minister tell them I'm going to give it to you because you know what, the names of my people, my bodies, and I can expose them. What do you know? There is this other word in Mandinka that was in my mind, but
you will not remember.
I'm sure you don't want me to remember.
Exactly.
I'm sure you don't want me to remember. Wallahi, what do you know? Man tambi wala. You understand? It's like demeaning the powers of the National Assembly to tell them, I will not do it. And don't body. And don't kabiri what information parliamentarians will be coming in inanati. Even with this select committee, you see people go there. They ask them for information. They refuse to produce it. They tell you, oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't have it. They refuse because they were trying to conceal information that we're going to bury them 6 foot deep. They don't want to pull it. But we all know what has happened. Now, the thing is, after the beautiful work the Janneh Commission has done, of course, I always tell you, nobody does a perfect work. Nobody is perfect, because if people are imperfect, you don't expect them to do anything that is perfect. We are all imperfect in one way or the other. Perfection is only in God. But they did within their best, to the best of their ability, they did a very good job, right? And whatever they want, that's what they did with the report. Now, the protest, the investigation, and then you have the select committee that has come with it. We hope and pray that the recommendations will be followed through to the latter.
Okay.
That's what we hope, right? But then, again, I am glad that it has further revealed so many other things that it only takes Minuya Lonko, Hasedeya Kuo, Sipatam Fransu Kuo, Wole the Somna recommendations for. They will come and try to flip it and twist it and change the narrative to suit their own interest and shift the goalpost. But it is written in black and white. Let's embrace what the recommendations are. We will not be able to fight it 100% because, again, many will be involved in it within powers.
All right.
They're supposed to be the implementers, and they have ways to stifle, to suppress things. It can only be fully implemented, right? And we see justice played after this current government that are being investigated. After they leave, somebody can say we can follow it through. But then now they might be telling, but that should not. The foreign code. At the end of the day, there's so many things that are clear. We see people who were singing the lullaby. Now the commission has said, well, in fact, sir, you were such an incompetent person. That's why things went the way they went. Oh, hello.
Thank you. Mane, what was your reaction?
I would try to cause some trouble.
Well, Siri, foka molten to mile alonko ila katako ya mfutandi nyinto bimbe minkono. Minketa the Republic di Mustafa na doku nyol. Anim mil fadan keta banko funding kel betuti on the galal nim purukaje komi ye lonyin ko no ma fo bim forata dula minto. The president ta jam.
So when they protest you, musuma like this protest. Are you another MC Chan?
I led the bills protest. You don't see it? You don't know?
The what?
The bills, the National Assembly Member Salaries and Pensions Bill.
Oh, yeah.
And I led it.
Okay.
And that particular day also, we were there. You and me, we are, throwing tantrums. Okay. With the mayor at the Youth Monument.
I thought you were MC Chan.
And the deputy police officer. We were with Pate in the Youth Monument.
No, that day?
Yeah, it was hot.
Even if my son was standing in front of me, I might not recognize
him. So I am known for protests even at the university.
Okay.
So yeah, nte baro nta jamuna no nyindula kuto. Ni yata ndile komi the cabinet are already in cahoots kaje komi ibeni nafulo kasara no nyami ka tala nyotem. Because Republic being no sotol no nyadil, an independent institution. For lack of a better word, Purkaje komi I will follow. The executive bumburumo, CD. Independent any investigation okay what mean, any commission or recommendation about what mean. Executive man, any foul play the kaje komi ko, Miller report on mean kaman and toleko. There are a lot of discrepancies and inconsistencies. Because inafulo mean surrender kafo e wole sotoji. Ani inafulo mean ya long ko e sotota wodulal. Because nyali ejele. Nyale motol jele kabiri tata motol mil state house ntol bitu ngalu ne motol jele kabula yaje me no nabe findil ni sol ani joran jelu mini alon ko mol ke fo trakitol ni fengol wol be wa file no nyaadire bi akodo mam mo nafa ani mol mini alon ko victime wol le mama reparation o keno cabinet de siri nyaka si wol comme na fi nyamin I thank the National Assembly Select Committee le do ko nyin gala and then the Republic.
But also ya do coding la report ya di mumin min kata di cabinet headed by the president. For the report follow the min ya lon ko e dile. Even the commission, the Jani commission report, I mold to the extent that I mold to mention that million tabanda be wolle be molla institutional fail in the Kanja. Particularly in Joguba. He was one time banned pura in a public office mal. But being Jogu pura de manyami na nyimbang kung kanjumal mawaj. Huh? Malafi kataka dul tol foja. So say more work and more recommendation on implement. Let's come to TRRC. Truth established now. Commissioner keta truth established. Mo na de kon tolenga nyim fan tolenga nying ken tolenga nying. The other are reparation monkey, reconciliation monkey. Namra bin kana wal kachal tenti. Wo mol min ya lon ko bi nate fintite yi nyadal tan ni kon tolenga trimbal yal ni tajirinte yake nyim mol lay bankunka. Bi wolle compensate a positional. It's like borrow compensate atrocities mol min ke commit. Mbota wodulato kote ke nkana fo kote ke select committee la report. Borough have no among good names sort in implementing commission's report. Among good names sort. Even ka fo komi ni molle kachata kumala pour ka fulfill ama sort because no one them 3 years of a morning borough walef. Ama respect. Among Jani commission report so la me respect. Among TRRC the report so la me respect. How can I even coming in a confident we hope. How can I hope that he's going to accept and implement the reports of the select committee?
Okay.
Because
because we've seen TRLC, we've seen Janet Commission, we've seen Faraba.
3 years, Faraba.
3 years. Huh? We've seen the 66 children.
Thank you. We be to begin the report of Bol Kibelari, more than that. So until I'm mira komi baro kai tamu sita le purunga lanyo kangate bondije because he's not going to. He's notorious of not implementing reports. He's not going to do it.
Thank you. Doka?
Kadang no dane doka. Male bije. Menga nyingele ko. So fonga nyo hajilo bulandi. Along Islamo. Meli Islamo kan iko misil na kendo ning sai king dinko kono sinya killing o ka understand fula saba ani ela misal ma ajibe yo so that is haramadiya ala part of MND molla ning ata hadamol ka ala evaluate nole abadana ka min do ko wala hakiloti je ala bategi 99% de tata so hakiloti molla pour Nkanya use no ni waje a key. I understand that. Calculation okay. So any more kachata ko 3 years mbenye na kala. Ama okay. Anata 5 years abota woto. 10 years aka abota ababola woto. Anin kujama ale nyo lahi di menna. Kairo woto hadamadi ato luwato. Go be manke. Umma di nim ite ala batata ala 99% battery use damen kanda da di itela ibuka ajo woma di mu de ka ke yinin ka ko ale sangi nangam dinga ko tek am ale men be la hayda man fenke ite ko ale min dire la mo hakiloti ele faka ala bunya iko ibera moy la wo madi la asike no ila tulo be junubo so la ke la moy wala de oto gambiano ñun quand même be faja mo be la long nga hakilo bulandi ngaje ko politiko be falal andu non kalande ko ala ko ku ay marande wala ay ability dide la abe nyini kala ya use nyame ani ila nya so ila tumo fanan kam moy isen hakilo fenkede so be min danika wala gambe no le na together
Okay.
10 years kanyan tale 10 years fo man kanya nga gele men tambita ya jeme na fulo membula jang trakitol for example ye wafi ye wanta ye falolta ya di molla jutun nelam fo nyamati alam fo munem sidi ifama ya taso bulebulu e taso wafi e do ko sa nyanta mod sidi mo be okela ina se nyokele no le no wara la ala be contribuola anin nyafa abe contribuola absolutely wona ko le ala ko signal tumando ka ko min jube
ko sufol
You know, if God had allowed people to talk, day of judgment, some people will politic their way out. So God knows that's why He has to ask these things to confess. You know, so basically, coming for including people in NPP, and now I join oppositional
NPP join opposition.
As a kenole, ning kachata, and no kachala. Aba kenole nyadi sidi.
Well, meaning Carol.
Olen kachanga nyo ya nga nyo hakili bulandi kafuko. Ala yentel fena nyim dunia kono fo e propose la. Andum time nding wala be mbuluja. Nim moki mi ila kabugola. Dani wal siata mel Canada ni wala. Bagi itaka waki mokili kadi mokili nda mala kadi mokili nda nana. The next time gole kodi ibe kumbola konko bela. Yemu na kote ikadi numene yadi wala fana kote. Hakili maambu ko tano. The same, what I'm going to MPP now, because 10 years detail to prove yourself. Ale men keno ngawjele. All chance di do fanala. Pugu dunia kachom nyama ngata. Plus ngajele. How can you go in tank? How can you tank? Why are you tanking the National Assembly? Why? For what job have they done? Nothing. Because even in their report they admitted that this did not come from them. The first regulatory or oversight body in this country and the most powerful is the Assembly.
Yeah.
No one look at them for Kuntulu. You want us to thank them for what? After giving them allowance and
get in their car.
Yes, and giving them everything, and in fact giving them publicity and experience. Some of them have never sat in a sensitive committee like this. Because of us, we are able to give them that. You want us to thank them for what?
I withdraw my thanks. I withdraw.
The people that you can thank here is Gambians. And part of those Gambians, Allah Yimawa de Quran, he has been saying it. So we will thank him. Human being is not perfect. I always say, Gambia is not a nation of angels. That is why there will be room for improvement. But when it comes to thanking and giving due, we give it to Mama de Quran, we give it to Gambians, and we give it to other people. But now I said, don't give them anything. One, we paid them to do it. They did not do it, which is in fact impeachable. That is why this National Assembly, they don't want to put that recall in order because most of them will not even serve 2 months. Because we are paying them to do that. Why are they not doing that? Why must it be a private citizen using his own resources to get to the bottom of things? When you have these reports, as he puts it. So many candidate in these 9 to 10 years of President Bawale, men biata nye ndole kela. Because hani luwa nyanda noma nyame eka akamemfo nunjang, luwa baka noma. Hani budget if you can find the National Assembly at the right time. The president will do appointments that are wrong. When we are paying a legal somebody for the president, but they will still do those things. Did they appoint MPP somebody here for a position until he has to withdraw and so on? We have seen the auditor. So these are the custodians of our laws, and they are not doing anything about that. Yet somebody want to beautify a 10 by 10 meter is a problem. So this is the inconsistency. This is the lack of fairness. Gambian on nyenta kanyine je, nyenta kanyine bondi nyimban kunkan.
Alright.
Nimma bondi nyimban kunkan. Alinkana ne ko. Ngen kontibola because ndola de dino mena akonya da bulo. And then so you have to say if you cannot take an action. So then a chance to as youths, as people that can take in. B more the kungo kan. Yimban kunkan, and for be in a bag in a fag, in a badding all yet. And the way I start with him falling the rocket, but a deal the kumbo can. Member Mother Chotla will live in Mafakana if a Suina roller, according to other reports coming Funtindi. Masakuna from coming Funtindi. Be killing Dobija? Una, sang it here and no other than if a far big, or I don't know fast or Timalakam. One more in the car, Makuna, if a quite more than Makola, you go Muslim multi. Equal Adama Dimoti. Equal, even Ala Bunakan, Ala 99% battery use Kahara.
Thank you, Doctor.
So I'm here,
Thank you.
I withdraw, Doctor. I withdraw my thanks to the but now I give my thanks to Quran for thanking him for exposing himself. I thank Quran for exposing himself to us.
I chartered accountant.
Abarakabake. Thank you very much. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about giving out your own opinion. So, although
Based on facts and realities.
No, my time.
Based on facts and realities. It's not only just speaking.
Okay, they are giving out their opinions, but listening to them, I even believe they don't believe in what they are saying. They don't believe in them. Because how many of you have given thanks where it is due and you are withdrawing it after 1 second? So that shows.
Yeah, because we realize they're not deserving of thanks.
No. The thing is that we should look at these issues. I think that is one of our main problems that we have here in the Gambia. It's difficult for political parties to sit down and discuss national issues as national issues. We end up politicalizing everything, and we don't leave with any solution apart from arguing just to win the hearts of voters, which we shouldn't do. There are times that we should separate and have our political differences. That is very normal. But when it comes to national issues, we should discuss it as national issues. And this issue is a national issue. We understand that the victims, they come from a place. It is not because of this government that they became victims. Something happened before 2026. Something happened in the past 22 years of dictatorship where people were killed. Arbitrary arrests that happened. So that is why we even had a TRRC. And now we are talking about after TRRC. So there's a past. And our institutions were crippled in those types of dictatorship in the past 22 years. That is because the government then didn't give the institutions what they need to build themselves as democratic institutions, which is why we had so many problems coming up, as the report even highlighted. Some lapses.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened during this time if this commission was set up by this time. Remember, the commission was set up in around 2017, 2018, if my memory serves.
Which commission? There are many commissions.
Jana Commission?
The commission that we are talking about, the Jana Commission. It was set up at that time. And that was just merely after the 2026 election, let's say 2027. What time do you have to set up? 2016.
Yeah.
Thank you. What time do you have to restructure your administration to ensure that there is proper oversight in place? So we should factor these things as Gambians. I mean, discussing it as Gambians. So these are the things that we should talk about. How do we try to build the capacities of our institution to ensure that these things don't happen again? And the report also highlighted that there is a need for a regulatory body, an asset recovery authority. These are good recommendations that I expected us to have discussions about going forward if such thing happened, because this thing didn't happen in the past 30 years. We didn't have a commission like this in the past 30 years.
So
we didn't have. I'll take We didn't have this such commissions before.
We have.
So we could literally say it is unprecedented.
Okay.
In that fact.
No, it's not. It has not. No.
Literally.
No, it's not.
Okay.
This is not the first commission.
That is what I'm saying in this period, in the 30 years period.
No.
That's what I'm
There have
thinking.
been commissions here.
Okay.
When Jawara left,
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're not getting me.
Do you know how many
I'm giving you a time.
that is what had brought about the asset management and recovery.
That was in the 90s. I'm talking about 30 years. I gave you. That is why I take.
When Jamel left,
how much time? What I'm trying to put across. Okay, hold on a minute.
over 30 years.
No, hold on a minute.
22 plus 9.
Hold on a minute. We are talking. Hold on a minute. So what I'm trying to put across is the time of period that our institutions have to learn certain things, because they had forgotten all those systems that democratic processes will need to take.
I want to help you. Sorry.
We had a very good.
Not laughing at it. Mostly I don't come in.
Now finish that. No, like I saw finish.
So that is one point of the. That is one point. I know they are trying to personalize the report.
No.
That is why what I'm trying to advise them that we should shun away from personalizing. Because if you personalize it, at the end of the day, there's nothing that we can learn as a country. We cannot move on. We should look at the key problems that are there, how the recommendations that came out, and how we are going to implement those things. That is what the conversation is supposed to be.
Can you lead that conversation?
Okay. That is why I talked about the recommendation that they gave. That is to have an authority that is going to regulate the issues of managing assets, especially in terms of corruption.
Is that not a failure of your administration that you waited for such a report to know that should be done?
Which is why I told you the institutions didn't have enough. Maybe you are not listening to me. No. That is why I'm telling you that the institutions didn't have enough time.
No, let's keep this argument.
That has been done throughout history.
9 years.
Okay? So that is let me just complete. And also, we have to, commend the select committee for the work that they have done. You said that we need to withdraw certain comment that you've given to institutions that were involved in this, or the committee itself, and also individuals. Which I think, if we are going by that, the NPP should be commended, because when this came about, the president showed that he has absolute interest in transparency and accountability, which is why he pushed it to the National Assembly. And the person who moved the motion for there to be this select committee is a member of the NPP. That is the majority leader. Secondly, the chairperson of this select committee is an MPP, Honorable Abdullah.
Okay.
So you cannot say that we don't have interest in accountability and transparency. And we don't also respect the rule of law. We respect it, and we value it. So we should give compliment where it is due. This shows that the NPP parliamentarians are not a rubber stamp parliamentarian.
Okay.
They are not rubber stamp. Unlike what we had before, you are just given orders and then you just go to the parliament and implement it. But then seeing the outcome of this select committee, you can say thumbs up to them, the NPP parliamentarians.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Baro have interest. Baro saw what happened over there. Let me just give you a quick example of what happened. Baro did not know what was going on. As far as he was concerned, they told Baro, oh, we got this number of assets and then we got this amount of money, right? And that's it. Everybody went to sleep. Now, this expose came, the demonstration came, and Baro is like, no. My country has been ungovernable for 3 days. What's happening? Now he realized, what? So I've been sleeping. My guys are smarter than me. I need an investigation to know what everybody has done. Because you cannot just come and give me a chicken chain.
When we talk about democracy, citizens are also part of the democracy. You shouldn't leave everything in the hands of the government. So citizens coming up showing that they want certain things.
But these are the same citizens who are brutalizing.
Who is brutalizing? In the past 22 years old now. Of course. Which citizen did we take and brutalize? The citizens. Taking a human being and throwing him onto a pickup. That is your law. And you are talking about constitutions. We even wanted to address that.
Whose law?
That is the law of the country.
And is that okay? So is that
You see, when we argue to say, oh, they don't have time, they don't have this, that argument cannot live. It cannot stand the test of any scrutiny. The truth is, NPP is how many years old? You at some point had more pickup trucks than the entire ambulatory service of this country. When this country has retired 60 years, you people came within 5 years, all your pickup trucks is more than the ambulatory service of the entire country.
When did
you have the time to mature into many pickups, many buses, many this, many that? Because when?
Hotel staff.
So if we are using time as an argument, it doesn't work, because we have seen a situation where you people came in, and then within 5 years you are richer than the entire country, some departments of the entire country.
Okay. Okay.
So that is not an argument. Again, what this guy is saying is the real thing. Look, President Baba has confirmed to the entire world that he has no clue what was going on, exonerating himself. But in fact, putting it, he said he doesn't know most of these things were happening.
Yeah, he said that in the press conference.
He said that means his position of leadership, oversight, having foresight, taking responsibility, being there for Gambians, carrying our aspirations, he has woefully failed. Because if something that values billions is sold and they gave you thousands or millions and you're not bothered, what type of leadership is that?
Okay.
So if you cannot justify that in any way.
That is wrong.
If you give $10 to your child to go spend that $10 and bring you $8 in change, the child comes and gives you $1, you will ask about it.
Thank you. You can come in.
But you have to accept the Baba himself said he only knew what was going on because of God.
This issue, that is why it comes back to what I was saying.
Okay.
The moment we start discussing this issue, we try to personalize it.
It's not personalizing what the president said.
No.
Because you're trying to give the president credit to say if it wasn't the president, we won't have the celebration.
You have to listen.
You're one definition of
Listen to me. I'm talking about.
You're one definition of the president. The one that
No, it's my opinion. That's your definition of Kiliscaras. If we are talking about Kiliscaras, this it's every single party. Okay? If we are talking about it. So we are not, what I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't personalize it.
Okay.
She started by commending the committee or individual. He did this.
No, I never went to an individual. I talked about the committee.
The committee.
So give us all the report at this time.
So you commended the committee.
Yes.
And did you commend the committee?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I withdrew it.
So he came and said they should withdraw.
And I did.
Exactly.
I did.
I'm not refuting with that. That is your opinion. However, I said if we are to go by that, then we can raise the issue of NPP not having rubber stamp parliamentarians in the parliamentary, because the majority leader was the one who moved the motion.
That was the
and the chairperson of this select committee that gave out this beautiful report is a member of NPP.
How was that motion born? How was that motion born?
So that is
what brought about the issue?
It's a conditional statement that I'm using. It's conditional. If we are to go by commending them,
the premise is wrong because we have
you are the one who changed their mind.
premise is not there.
They know if your eyes to see.
Institutional
from a national perspective,
yes.
Not about address.
So left whether it a commission or jele as an institution or take a commission or jele as a set of appointed people, because until a jeroto commission or manke institution not. It a commission or follow no committee failure of a commission it a lala no institutional failure because 2017 more bill commission auto.
Can I respond? So just
you come.
So if I for institutional, but a near report on encourage. A second report on read we went in deeper than each other. Maybe that is what is bringing in this confusion. Because I really read into the report and I saw the recommendation. So recommendation of ministry la maji. So you see, maybe I should have brought in that context.
Okay.
Before maybe
so
that is where it's
thank you. So
where should come proper coordination of the jet. So that is, but maybe if we all go back and read the recommendation, probably then we'd come.
Thank you so much. Ngana luntang dundi kanyi ninka kodo la menni alonko wolle keta nal hakilo bakang me alonko wolle Mariama Fatajoti akamunta ni watolu be kono abe safero ke kanne andu fan abala ni ku ya fana itandi kam membe dending afama la iye mawati nyinketale wati jama komanto nte fen fere ndin kala drong nabe dunna kacha kono wole nyama Mariama ngajale ko eka safiro kele andum fan eka diamu bakele social media membe dending nyunkola force fendim fo molie membe dending ifama la yema
baraka bake sidi of course mil bebi janko teke ani jube la mil be wanta ko nga fonu nyame to mo Mariama Fatajo lati Siaka Fatajo wala mum famati tole sita fonyile batabut kantora 2017 famata da tilitan nano la karunor sate kon so karunor mu borderline net between Gambia and Casamance that was on the 27th of February 2017 amana muruna. So it became more declared no missing for 72 hours. Nata report ke on the 29th of February at Sibano police station. Katande ko nyama na moja dunga try la ka reach out masoto ni.
Okay.
So wakamala bring a report ke Sibano police station aninga suspicion dingol mi soto mi yalon ko wala tanditan na nga wala tandile nata nan sate ko no force wano nyi wala bitika tiyo mi yalon ko tol mi bari bon kolti atamu tili bon koleti ay min tande wala a dingo kina na so kono le twice kam fama la ko nyininka ya tanda la ko amanna tad wano nyinga fongole nata ka mfama nyininka bide ka amanna ko ko di wo koita ndu wonana manke before ko di wo koita yemune moy fay nata fenne confirm now di police la ka report ko nyim fatale fo maybe ay kumala mo yanata ka wala confirm fulan jawni am fama teri ma dinkewo nata na so kono la ka fa mbama e ko biraya ma ko fama filitala ay karunor ko rabalin kunda ay wol nata tandala ko fama futata tiditan nani dulato bar bila botaji imala kulo so ngo fanan tande birin police ol nata na ko be kamande ngo sambala pour questioning abama katita wala anata kenu problem bate fan fama nata way be bitkati yo nyin sambale for questioning amla for samu ya bulana so fama yemanta ten
I sanji dandan sile saying almost 10 years sanji kononto kabiri fama Mr. Nying yemango ay family nying ay affect nyadi le ila life and indimba life ay affect nyadi
ayang affect bakele surtout manti nteni fama mutero lati antele ma dimu su foloti niaje be fintiri ñu wati mbe ko no be saferol kela be video kela ka diamu ñu kola parce que sanji kononto mu amanke tili kononte de amanke kari kononte a wato metale meta ngani kono tamala len ni mansa kunda am fotata ila bunda jamal leto personally nte nga atraile nimbama nina oncle tata for State House that was 9 months before 9 months being affiliate ndara State House ka tandije ko hanyine ketam famala ye min dane bulo kono wala mo ngambatu parce que man nyinya pour we moye feeling sata kono kari kononto a ko fa mom fota State House to then nga publish abekela man sakunda e maloleti kabo woto man na ku kalamata National Human Rights Commission mbama ye report.
Did you make any follow up
honey with the State House man follow up keje why bring
but if you say State House, which office of the State House or which people Jumanual in Wolle Diamuta? So along the perception normally near for State House hakilo kata president you understand so lafta ka along State House office bunda jamale beji iteni altol nim bunda juma State House kono ali wakacha soto
maybe more maybe may know
of course mang amoni remember exactly because I was much younger amma office on fana remember why ngalo ne contain nimbama nimbarin tata a particular place at the State House ka report nyin keje o kola National Human Rights Commission mbama e report keje parce que nata tan na ko tolute bulan wara TRRC kono TRRC la mandate was from 94 to 2017 January mfama le case nata ke February so kama TRRC man tola family cover National Human Rights Commission will be any violation that has to happen kabo time wala February kata National Human Rights Commission will look into kan mama report keje wo kolante tarta several follow ups ke kanje ina tatande nako ye letter safe IGP yen twice which I have copies of na telephone auto in 2020 and in 2023 ka IGP nyinenka munebe kering, can they do investigation about my father's case? And the IGP has never responded to any of those letters. Okola, video every year February, if you go to my timeline on Facebook, you will see I will post where is my father. This year ngata open myself to do every single day to ask nka IGP tag, nka Gambia Police tag le, nga NHRC tag, any other institution so they can support my family to at least get that closure of what happened to my dad. Even though preliminary investigation has been done by Malagan with, I have a copy of the hard copy because a soft copy nying member online amantara takang linko nying mantara worker they have technical issues, so I have the copy of the report, the investigation that they have done. Why Malagan is a private thing. We want an official investigation, an official closure to the family. This is what happens to my father.
Ilo kumandiro ke kantiyo lale puri simfa bombanding wata membe dending fama la case la simfa sifa nyadi ilafta yewleta.
So lafita simfa sifa milita, let's say for example sante Malagan silo yelela mi yalon ko at least ye investigation o kem fama la ko lale itoli atade ning government at force ning ye mintan e man step tano. For some reasons, me along kon temalong na family malong muyati ne make why sante Malagan yo ku bondile me along ko okay nyine katam famala it will lafta ka confirm e malong Malagan yela sosi sol bondi mundol at least fembelari nyato me along ko they can take it from there why make because the publication has been out for like within 2023 lamba Malagan yela ye publication okay wala ku kola so bidi what time of sign man sakunda man simfata katandi ko mfama is important mfama mu citizen nadi mfama mu moleti mi yalon ko a lota 2016 la carte fayola fa nyiyati na ketata mfama tata barora inauguration dulale fa nata o ko la nga yemata.
Okay, ebe munjabir le dila mula menu bafula ile fama la case is just like another case. Why should it be prioritized munyanta kumayandila different from others? Ebe munjabir so la fana
so mbe jabiro kala minna momo dimo min beto ye wala long ni aje ye TRRC set up TRRC ye mil cover mil yalon ko cover tan at least there is hope for them even though implementation spacing is very slow why at least there is hope for them. Ebe dulari jibe kan science reparation is going on from 94 kata for 96 ebe all reparate kam when the mantara even fight for reparation. What I'm asking for is closure. At least what happened to my dad. The family needs to know. Because waiting for 9 years, my mom, among Furia Fangomutano, Intolube Sirimba, but farmer still has his clothes iron in the wardrobe like he left it before. So you will see my mom has not moved on for 9 good years. So until we need closure. So Momo Kamirako, what a ikala fi kanyin kam. What a money atinated la case nanta prioritize la katambi case kotena case dolu ye compile nyo kane TRRC la mandate ye will cover so ntola case mi yalon ko abe bantala munebe kela pour kaje ko nteni ndo kotengol mi la case be banta wala jibe nda fintita kan tafo dol bi je man hani kaw ke talu fo so nda fintino la ka diamu mobe to yala ni modol me wa intele sen tafo no parce que ngana dimina la lo ngalo nanteni na family bita kan through min ndala karawti nyata la because fama la ye mango fama ye moku tang anin kilinetu kuma mbama e moko nanta soto so nim fama nata boje as a breadwinner or abe animbama be nyo support kan kawon moko nantol samba wara wo mo tanin kilingo samba wo nata boje akamuntale ko dolu be nasilale wo kama alhamdulillah manke moti mi alon ko sitale ngambulo la nyo ko ngaje ko fama la misini yam mantora ay mantora la of course way ngaje le ko am often deserve pour ay tawa nyama to e fili ay yemang ate to e fili wo nyama la ko be de wo nyama amanke kuti mi yalon ko and it's never again we are calling for so nintangan den takan do e de ate disappearance is going to continue mbe jumale holla to account.
Okay, ye kumandir ke mole pour ye lo fe yeah, to say you have said your father's story ye munjikire so ko wala be bola nyum ko kono
so ngajiko min soto ye dal wala at least ndamba mantara kumandiro ke kan intele follow finti tanga kumandire ko way molla solidarity tandola ka tannin nale ko na ya tara ketete famale la ate diale wotan tete damma bulala a ite ya keluke ase keno momo famala janne me gambia ko na se keno momo famala so ni ete bule damma yela keluke ni aje ni 22 years nga dimin na ko min so da gambia no lafta min na keta intela family la mo be ya bula mariama na la family yake ke ay la keluke fangoy ay ke family do la wona so a continue tale akata family jamal la so niaje sainten solidarity be ke kantole kan soto ka diamu ka je ko modol ba fere nyembe fele nyin keloto malla fi wo kusi fale repeat parce que gambian wol move tale from dictatorship ka je ko ganna democracy sort of fully wo kamala mol mi dalan ko be lori solidarity la I don't take it for granted mba fulali ala baraka baake parce que nyin se keno fama o fama lale ase keno momo fama lale wo kamala a solidarity ni mum kulati mi yalon ko ante ya nidle na family ya nidle parce que meta deri na nindi mo meta sirine wo kamala dorong
apart from advocacy me bo ke kan social media for ikundi ngotata le bang police wala kunti yo kan waranto oda authorities pour kanyi case landi nya kono koteke kaytandi la ko nyanta nyin nyi nekela for ikundi ngotata le mol kan recently
again be police le safa kan to the National Human Rights Commission katandi la ko bawale leta fula safa IGP and IGP mal respond what are your next steps parce que niaje National Human Rights Commission lota atomontale National Assembly ya chikale ka londi luwato ko ye sembo dila pour to les violation o mi alon ko abe keni nyimbanko ka ya jibe bar saying na atara itoliela step otale si ñafula ye leta ki IGP me danko woto tol nanta mu nekela ko teke nda batandile la ko teke ko me police wokan something came of me alon ko ne mo modo tinte tarajam bi mbotana ne from l'hôpital to bi ndi maso mbe jetole mbotana nje ka me shoko bi nga tarajam parce que akwo flow be important nyari mfamala ko important mbe min ku fanan kunto a important tale wa at the end of the day ngaje ko diminale ben tani ndokol kan ndoko mal bi jen minalan ko am fama fangala face long amalum fama mu jumalati amala kanolong so pour tolu ya fo we ko nyine kete fama la nin tolu fang malum mu neketa abekela kuleti mi yalon ko akoliata so mbe police nying I am working on it ka murni National Human Rights Commission la ka fo ko what are your next steps ni tel man ku bondije den ngaji ben den man sakunda be laban na damen do parce que ye malagenda report jele no doubt wo koy temal nga copies of the letters sotole mi yalon ko National Human Rights Commission ya tala ya safi e mar respond ke ani publication o mi yalon ko fofore yalon banga kele wo fanan ben bulo kono le wo fanan masakunda moti je men tafala ko hani mo kili nyama oje e ba then we are going to shoot the government for ignoring their citizen that has disappeared
nye situation o akitale sanji kononto saya aya sile do you think ko foul play keta ko kono le nya ko jube aketa nyami anata nyami fo ya mira ko foul play keta jele bang ame mutilim bali ada keta jele bang ila miraro
asene yaro nga manke fanna miraro to am kulete mi yalon ko to man sembe soto ji man sembe soto je dorong wala yatina ko dol keta atata nyamen to parce que ni ajibe momi yalon ko a wuluta sate o kono a kuluta je a menta je Allah hadama yabe nyokam wayeta ay yema mo mam futa nan Allah so fam kono ka fale ko ngamoy le nyinkata e be yen sideline ntumaranke male be woto na mbeka finti fam ba mala kata subaka jiobi ay nane salon ko to hani bitikoto ay balile nun kata parce que ntumaranke mala to taji so kamala kamunta ko sate dingal yalo ne wata tundo ka yalo ne munebe keri ye dabo ni mulla ko parce que ni mo be village satin la ne ni ba filite ka announce jama to ko kare kala ba filite le nan nyaaji sako hadama dingo ye fili sate o kono amang announce jama to mo mom futam makata ni nako ngamay le ko nyin ketal mbal masala so kamala ay red flag tan nin tolal ko woto kule mi yalon ko atabita kamale yalon ne woto hana man tabaka ma yalon ne woto minatina hana ma yaben tema hana tara ngoni nengo ka sonkal of course political sonko nata nan tol tema man tara parti kilindo way wo bukati nako ibe parti min to dungola leader katabi intel bi ka fin birin jame be full scholarship de la student olla abaka fo ñu be UDP le ñu laddi ngol te tala ibe tol be school jola ntol be le ya enjoy. So obviously, nim political tension nata o kusi falaketa. Ntole be siring hanikabi. Jame left. Palo is going to leave. mo ko tam bena is going to leave ntole be siri nyokan tolle kata nyola sangote tolle kata nyola kulede ñu kusi fa nata ke mo mam futan tolle makata nin tolla ko ngamele ñina keta tolla woton tolle be mune jela ni mu kulete mi yalan ko mol yakala mutare ye da bon nin tolla ko
kabera keta o wati dantan kono fo altara sati alfal kanne ke kalamtande ko ñine keta
wo ketale biring case bota transfer ka bo sibanor kata buyam ye sato alkalo ni chieful command kata fact find mission la kata jibe mu neketam fama la waye ni any tangible ku man na kata ni na family la ko nga ñina gada je ko ñina ketal la
e ka mu ne fale
well what time mum baba ni na onko baba be atray ka dakante bondi je because I alone the relationship that I had with my dad aka try la pour nta kana ko dolo lang parce que she knows I am very emotional when it comes to those things e baje la ko na safar jama mbe warana video le mbe keka mbe emotional kan ka kumbo ba ke dimbe fama la ko foka way bi mba try kan parce que nga la hid la ko mbe fanya la ka kumbo wala ko la even though kat wajala frequently in my dreams recently ngaje la ko that stops ngaje ko maybe na kumbo man tara diare nga and all of those stuffs ngam fa ko la hid ko mbe fanya la ka kumbo ka même so ko nga continue ka advocacy ka for janin justice mi alon ko mba demand ka mba sotola so wakamala inin ku kana mi yalon ko as to my knowledge ya tanin tolla ko ñine keta Allah mola
ye mune mira ko is the most important thing jama se men keno pour ka fasaro ke itani la dimbaya nanata justice men mo tilingote ka ñini jama se mune keno se mun démarche fa la keno
jama se démaro min keno tella family dal is to help me advocate for my father parce que te man sakunda forcé nola wala ti nga lobby intanu for 9 years mbe lobby in keka parce que ni be ko nyine kam mobulo ko na ni sembo bu kata ngalo na ala right lam pour man sakunda ya la ko ta ya investigate wa en tol fanante sapile kan ka fo by force al nanta nyin kelal ngado man do me fi be letal safele be nyin kala me publication o kala wa ngaje ko it's something that is not working wala ti nan kuma ko wotam batu nga finti online ba sila ngaman sakunda demand ba way tanu fana mu online la the moment he start ke criticize doro e kajele be fintila minne be fa ko defenda warak ka bori ke nyaata kundo kaje ko kane tolu tan e kane toltinya e be kulu kere be nanta ko mi kela yaaji ko yake o kamala wala yatina fintita so momo yalon ko ila fita kan dema wala yela voice la fantaka demand for my father's justice, demand for accountability, call on the IGP to respond to the National Human Rights Commission wara hana atara woleta sol say nyamaje let them write to the National Human Rights Commission or take it upon themselves pour kalje ko investigation ko famala ko la parce que amanke bati mi yalon ka filita hada madingo mi yalon ko ay dimbaya to koma wala yeman tan dum ala molbe sirine babatu
yemo message le soto kantioli minu be sembola bi membe dending accountability memo kontiboro anin tiningora fanari membe dending cases like your father's case right now yamu message le soro kata kantiol kan
ngam message yol min sota kantiol kan doro wolen nyumu dunia leti ntol be sa jenolo ko batunga bula doro fo alkiyama ala be konti bolale waye pour nga bandoro ñu ko dol ka repeat fo se e hold to account ntol be to taranola ñin kantiol be damen to be te taranola ji wala at nan ka molu tombo ye taraji woto ni beje kale fango ko ninte be ñun situation oto ata diala na dimbaya woto nin dimbaya do be wo situation oto nanta mu ne keno la ka jiko ife dema nembi IGP la family killing mister wara president baro fango mole bota ko to mi yalon ko is very dear to him wallahi as if he is going to do something at a 9 years start so atol kantiyo ka bonam president baro ya fo momo yalon ko kantiyo le muite and you can do something about my father's case me danila dimba yale be siri mi yalon ko be fama batun kam musole be siri mi yalon ko abake batun kam fo sanji kononta dimala be siri mi yalon ko aba fama la justice demand ke mantara fo ka alin so all we want is closure mune ketam fama la mune keta Siaka Fatajo is the only thing we are demanding for her ninga wolong then justice nga justice is loba parce que ete ku kala mole mi yalon ko be sila lan won you want to live a free life like that abe kolyala so definitely kantiol be mimbol kabondi na president baro right to anybody mi yalon ko you can do something. The Fatajo family is pleading mbal danila aliyem makoy ngalong fama tata muntol. He deserves justice.
Thank you so much. Wala Mariama Fatajo ti atele moti miyalon ko zafu ñu watol be kono abe safero ke kan jaman laban dinkirato memu social media ti membe dending afa mala yemo la sanji kononto komanto right now abe men demand kan drong wala justice aliya mo la ay memfo nene you have heard what she narrated la monika sa reaction
Before maybe she clarifies something. Sorry, it's difficult. We are all emotional. What is the intervention or the rapport with the local authorities, the National Assembly, the councillors probably, and so on? If there is any that you know about, up to date.
So, my any rapport with the councillors, when they personally they have access to the to the National Assembly anytime tataji, because I work with the civil society. Nin tataji anytime nka tarakam famala ko diamu jeto ka meso ko ka jeko maybe somebody will at least fembe trigala jele ya ko hana tara na tara telanyente dialanya and you will take it upon yourself ya ko diamu National Assembly. And ngamra I talked about it with Fatmata Jawara. She knows. Ni honorable Mbalo fana nena kam famala ko explain Jibrin Mbalo nena kan ko explain. So definitely
What about local, your local representative?
Any local representative long at Foni parce que man base je man na councilor fango long, to be honest man na councilor long why na akara ko na long nte I don't mind reaching out parce que mpa majaritante I know how my father stood for me when I was younger. So nintamang woke no fama yen tem akabunta ko ntamang mfamala ay dinga mun kulu mallo no ay ntama lono ay o place so ninga ma local authority so long ntama kori ka futa woluma kana time be bula kata mfamala justice nyindima.
All right. Nay.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, Polka for master. It's never an easy thing for anybody, especially you're here trying to have so many memories because, well, at the time it happened, it's 9 years ago, right? So there will be a lot of questions of what if, and asking yourself, could you have done something? What could you have done? So many unanswered questions. And I understand the closure that you're talking about. This is where it is imagined from. So answers of what happened, it's not like it's going to make the pain any better, but at least you will be at peace and be able to forge ahead with your family. Again, initially, it's always exciting for me when we have female come to this platform. Lu jafe la, du yomba, te du bari. So li ci ëppa góor ke di ñëw fii ni as guests and all that. And boo ko xoolee man kenn rek a fi nekk jigéen naa si ñële ne le di yuuxu fële ne le parce que ñu ngi support Adama Barrow te suñ génnee foofu ñu mel neneen. You understand? Again, I just want to break the ice because, it's a little bit kind of tense out here, But again, just appreciate you coming. I can tell, right? I've seen you write online and things like that. But for the first time meeting, it takes one hell of a brave woman, right? To be able to stand and say you want to advocate for something and demand for answers. It's not an easy thing. You are not alone in this. I'm sure it's a case, Barina. Why, one thing Linga mentioned, Molo Hamne, Bugana emphasize more this never again. It was a mantra bo Hamne, Nyep Denko use Heheko 2016, then never again. Parce que gom bi moy ne li nekkon di am nekkut lu baax nekkut lu ñoo njëriñ even though su dee laaluma am na kum laal te amoon na num doon gën a demee def doon excès man so ñu ne ok boom dañ war a make sure mu stop ba bu mu egga si ku nekka mooy that never again. So it was not just an impromptu slogan boo xam ne jógee nañ 2016 rek dafa war a stop. It has to be a continuous thing. And lolo never again bobu no nekon na an instigating thing in people pour nit ñu jóg ñu bokka in the advocacy ñu here. So lu wara continue la. ñaaw na ne post 2016, right? We are talking about disappearances, and we're not getting answers of what happened. It dafa ñaaw ne, okay, Human Rights Commission pick up name and engage you, and writing to the IGP, and they're not responding, right? And limo like temo ikuchi neka, somebody will sit out there and say, oh, okay, man, ken hamut suma yai, ken hamut suma papa. Tay su dara joton suma yai suma papa. It's just going to be like that. Because we don't have a name, and nobody's going to talk about it. But our humanness is not dependent on whether we have a name or not. Our citizenship doesn't depend on whether we have a name or not. Supposedly, as citizens of this country, we're all supposed to be equal. And the law that governs should apply to everybody equally, without fear or favor, ill will, affection. You know, there shouldn't be selective justice. There shouldn't be. But this is a perfect example of that. You have somebody who's crying and talking, I need answers about my father. I'm sure she's not asking because she believes you guys are going to come back with answer. But at least be seen to do something. Be seen to be interested in your citizens. And investigate, engage people. Lolo will bring closure. But just because of, for lack of a better word, you're nobody cares.
Okay.
It's disheartening.
Thank you.
I mean, I empathize, I sympathize with you. I mean, it's a painful thing to have to grow up without a father.
Thank you.
You know, I'm touched to know that your mom has not moved on. You have your dad's clothes and properties and everything else. Lim saf ko machako ham. Somebody else would have moved on after 2 years. Maybe remarried. But relationship be, connection be, and everything else, affection be. Nyam nyoko munaham. And if closure is going to make them move on, I think everybody should make it their business to demand and seek for answers so that they can move on. Her, the mom, and everybody else. Lolo moy nite. Lolo moy nite. Te dama feel ne dañ xawa ñaka lolu suñ community suñ wall bi now. Nite, yek. Lolu dañ ko fi ñaka. Te amna fu nit de tolu rek ndeysaan bo ndolé rek mom lolu rek it's a crime of its own. You understand? Boo xam ne danga ko am pour deal with te teguloo ko sa boppa yàlla moo dee maye yàlla moo dee jël comme saf mu jox la ku nekk sa situation fi nga nekk God has a hand in it. No matter where you are, God has a hand in it. The absence of God, you will not be where you are. You will not be doing the thing you're doing. So loolu suñ ko fàttale ko rek dinañ gën a am yëg-yëg dinañ gën a seetalante dinañ gën a jàppalante loolu buñ ko defee everybody extend your hand and let somebody lean on you. The world will become a better place.
Thank you. Mani? Yeah, Moile, do you have any reaction?
Oro ñiwode ngamarante de ndena be the same situation or kono kadum adun tan nyami ngala ba balu bale nyami ta kelen no kuma kem fana balo nyaade bari adun tan na bakelen ala diamol be ba tandi ala komi ya sabaro muta because niaje abe nyin diamo min foka ndenga mira afama ya bitirel ngalo kuma xam moy ko because ako abe lori molle miliyalon ko bi masakunda bolle bulo kon fuata to community kono fo ya suute ko abe lori wolle yo so mo yela sembo betu ila ham ila nafulo dundi mol min la ko pour que barakandi ni ku kete la wo mol man na lo fe wo mu jamfa bakata ngodi because ako nyinte afamata dal fo adama barola inauguration o betu keto auto kata dina ko 2016 abe molle kon min yalon ko bela frim falindirol so nim falindiro keda bimbe sanji kononto kono atenata manta be mbaliya soto o kono wo mansa kunda manna loye woto mo bitel balade mba fala pour isa sabarota wala bag ko ku keta ta conclusion o kala jang hani sayno ko mi tol fana man conclusion ken no nyami ndol fana be duala pour isaje pour ala sa soniandi ne atara non komi molle min yalon ko be wulla ka jibe roke kalo min keta famala pour ala sa jero soniandi no bulo kono nyami isa long min keta andu family nyim financina long ibe keleno nyami ni wo nyatol bari sidi mota nyim folo no imam man sakunda jalay because bi ni mansa kunda ti mi alon ko ala siyo betu kon hana tara do ko clinique no min keta kaje ko mi victimol ke compensate pour que nyal fita mol nyanta jamun na wala bakin because ni mansa kunda sita wala sidi ni mansa kunda bi ne baluwo jibe no mani boto nin ko dol al halol is not doing better than the former government. The only reason mole former government fali ko hadma dingol la nyanto atinya ngam rasul wol fata wala kon kabiru wol fata len gambenol fon nata lon ko mi tonya mol kamin fu kullo kono nyimman sa kundala ko to ka aka mo fale ka tajrinti alake a yar fan tonyale ntol la party leader na nyong executive fana betu nata finti wala nyam gambenol lata nyokan agitation o keta min keta bi president Adam Barrow awle keta la campaign policy komi ning nata mbe falindirol lekela mol min ya lonko ye nyantol tinya pour kaje komi kele nyantol murindima mol min la mol fata je compensation on reparation o leke wala na TRRC lot barate fele jambi ako TRRC mantra la mandate ni ametol tama bar mol so termine ya lonko TRRC mol nate sita je kon telenga nyin kare fa ma fa nga bade tending without maku man salam fe ka dol singol fungol kuntu pour isaje se bade no dinkol kono nyam wol dingol be nyim bankun kanjande badingol be nyim bankun kanja mol sita min ya lonko koy tolle woke sidi wo mol hani fo bi ku mankel ibe do ko la nyim sakundal ko
do yalo na how traumatized their kids are
huh?
Yo mi video bi do dingo haynan sanga aka police ol kalendi silo kanna aba sirina atata amman kende ya sign because kausi fa lamoy somebody is saying this is how I kill your dad. It's really traumatizing.
Mankeji ntenga mara bi nyandra adama sa woku kilo da malake no jannabe bola government by December within this short frame danna bo kelano nasa nyin tiarati mol mil tul fotanoje asa make sure I work expedite no nyami mole victim mole compensation or sort because the reparation is moving at a snail pace si di sanji konon to kono anu nga victim o dol fongo je tata foyko reconciliation o kake molbul mini halon ko they committed the atrocity si kanyine tol victim because at one point sana sabali ning Edward mini halon ko de hade itolle munum fenkol fongol tin ninjalle miti o watol kono ngol jele sindi ko because of it temol le mandia ke diandi banko be tunyal wata victim le milla mol faybe siri mo nene ma wolni wol diandi mo interest on soto wol sidi nyimu bit reality.
Thank you.
Masa kunna nyanta nyul mol anyante la case kila priority le science thing because ngo baluol ko matina mol yaje me bondi jande because yaje me la jamano baluol fesata bi jamano mol ya bondi pour nyanto tinya minna bi nyanto tinyal min be kering amantra akamunta ko amantra kering nunde kadu nyim fele bi abe min kumbo kanya sidi sanji jalo simple report ning malegen mi alon ko is an independent institution malegen resources soto pour kaje kanyin case noma masa kunda mi alon ko fani fo bi nyul be tax joka ñun la tax ko do social contract la bi ñul ni man sakunda tem ñun le nafulo fio feng sang bi aka ke tax ni aka ta man sakunda la jifo konol fo man sakunda ta wodi nafulo ñu use lanu ka ñul fama la case ni ka noma ba bari ye nyaka so wala as if ñul man ke banku dingol ni fama man je bi bari tol be government social contract ko ñi ba commitment o fulfill kan so ñanta ko use la pour que fama la case ni follow.
Okay, Ablaina wato min duraje Ramansia
ka dua alama kuku kita malong dari alama bekela kayroti dimbaye fo faw alama nata kule mente mbulano alaye ku remplacer mente mbita woti alaye asembo sotole asa kenole sidi mo be nyanta ke mi gade Siaka munta pour mansa kunda elo itila kola foye to soto foye connection o soto foye long o soto sang tol gambe no fo mansa kunda sifa lafta wala pa mo membe basse amam police officer fa ngolong ni wo bulata man to ko kono akumda ala da ne baye That is what we are seeing. 9 years. It's difficult, it's painful. We are just managing not to say tears. But it's really painful, it's really difficult. And the government architecture or governance architecture based on Atala narration, which is almost the case with all the other people that we have heard of. They are not proactive, they are not doing what they should do. If National Human Rights is saying IGP did not respond for 2 years, or not 2 years, let's say for almost 9 years, that's a failure on both of them, both the National Human Rights Commission and of course the IGP's office with Gambia Police Force. We call on the authorities to do the needful as soon as possible. Being a member of the NPP gives you more benefit than being a member of this country. If you're in NPP, at least they say you are fortunate, you will be fortunate to have a loan. If you're a member of this country, what loan do we have for being a citizen in this country? It means you have to belong to some class for you to be regarded human, for you to be regarded a citizen. That's what we are saying. That is not only manifested in her case, but it's manifested even in the political affiliation. If you are not with NPP, you will not get a job. That's why Sabali got stranded and he had to join NPP. That is the type of politics and governance architecture that we have. It's wrong. Honey in the kingdom of evil is wrong. That is what is manifested, either in loss of lives, affiliations, or so. Woto mbe NPP mol fana dani kang. Sondo mo membentola ani hakilo ani niyo wale balla. Alila mo bang. Fo ning atara. Ite membe NPP ite la tata nyi sinola. It dingol kanyim bata soto. Ibe la flasi falla bang. Na imamol da pastor sol. Famba nyime dua kambang ay kontine nyim bankun kambang. Na hadama di yato. Na sinyo yato. Nying lefundira ka ta fo. Ba dolbe koma.
Alright.
Sidi mbe danigo men na wolem MPP call albona je ale na opposition nga Adama Barrow bondi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Amambande Sidi nga mira nyimbe mugul na fo nyin kol kande by the igele fo abota je political difference ndanga nyine support ite nyine support wo manyan na kela kuti me ya long ay min sata nyata wala keta wo tagan tema amang ke kuti me nyana kela woto mbe nyo danila mansa kuna fanan by the new CFA situation or based on an explanation or is post-election violence. Mansakunda nyandaka make sure they put the right mechanisms. Pour you false detect no, you can repeat. Sinin Sama. It's a learning point for the government. They need danikan. They yara case and in case dole you solve, you try case solve, let them take action. Your investigation okay. They also need to put mechanisms election of menkana. Putting kusifal kana repeat. Nine yatinna na hakilo soto, nine yatinna alafong e tariko fenang Korano to anim book dole. Punu unzekaran. Woto, we want to make sure IGP na la mol and in all the relevant institutions, let them do their work. Has the government reached out to you after all these years? Have they given you any psychosocial support? Were they concerned about the education, scholarship, and so on? Oto, Yankuba Dabo, become an area council. Because scholarship will reach out to the girl. Ali Makwe. I know you are a good man. Reach out to this girl. Let her be a priority with the entire family. She is from your region. Ima mo tumando bato, ima lolum. Yanko ba kan ngibele, ni buka gibe sifo ka gibele. Reach out to them and support. Ning masakunda mankuke, masakunda rindumo. Dipitel, bakari baji. This akedela watola mankela watola. Please family visit. Know about them. Amante politikoti ala be jola, ijuso nyabo. It's very difficult to lose a loved one, especially a parent. What all the authorities in the region, governor, Amul, you people do something about this. Now my investigation, okay, no, Alfuta Nyulia, Ali call, try to give them some little opportunity. Abama na se bisa so no aliya makoy. It's difficult by the almukeolity, almukodatiolity. Alialone, how difficult it is to run even a 2-member family. MPP reach out. Reach out. You are given to artists. It's not bad. But this one is also another artist. Give to them, support them. And every individual, the IGP, Medanika, respond and do the needful. Even if you don't have any answers, do effort and tell them we have done our best. We have no answers. They will know what to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Drame, if you have any contributions
Maybe
to
he
make.
needs to go and join NPP.
Yeah.
She needs to join NPP and the family.
For our case to be solved, because that's the situation.
Wallahi na join the NPP. I'll case be solved.
Wayan mo hanggang si Man Muhammad Dara.
Dede man ma
May lakan mo tondaw mo wayan ang iyo.
man may wax.
Yeah.
So
If you have any
on that.
contribution, yeah, mo la membe for if you have any contribution.
Yeah, nga mo la, but I cannot make any conclusive statement on her
No
situation.
statement was conclusively made here.
No, yeah, because you made conclusions already.
That what?
So I cannot make conclusions.
This
This is my time.
No, but I have losing all.
You are asking me, but
any conclusion?
didn't you accuse my government? Did I say anything? I listened to you. But I listened to your government. You listened.
Your party, not the
No, you're not a guardian, so it's not your
So you see what I was telling.
They believe
So NPP, members of NPP, you want to say they are not
NPP support that.
Okay, let me
No, but you have to take it. Nobody make conclusive idea because the person
I have my
does
views.
not even know.
You can talk as
She
much as
doesn't
you want, but I will still say what I want to say.
No, but that has to be taken back.
I am not taking back anything because you said whatever.
But it's an accusation and it's not
You
true.
also made series of accusations
To you?
to our party. You did that series of time. So now coming back to your to what she actually said, it is very difficult for you to make comments on this situation because we know is a humanitarian situation. However, we have seen the panelists politicizing it. And if you even want to respond, just listen, if you want to respond, you might make political comments, which she doesn't deserve. What she came for here is to seek for clarity and also to seek for direction. That is what she needs right now. Not for you to wrap it around politics to say, okay, Barrow is not doing that, NPP is not doing this, NPP is not doing that. You have to sympathize with her. That is the first thing, because she's a human being. I've never lost a father, but I've lost a brother. I know how painful it is.
So you haven't done that. You're talking about us, so you've not sympathized with her until now, since you started talking.
Okay? Maybe I should talk to her directly. To lose somebody who is very close to you.
But first of all, sympathize with her before you Kawandoke.
Okay.
Because you're accusing us of not doing that. So you set the example and sympathize first.
So
then
Mariama, that is the case.
That would be the right thing.
Listening to you. Okay? The viewers, they are watching, they know what I'm talking about. However,
my utterances are not directed to you directly. I'm talking for the purpose of viewers because you're trying to be manipulative here. And I'm trying to highlight that.
Like I said, I cannot make any conclusive statement.
And that's dishonest.
Because you've mentioned that Malagan has done their investigation. I believe they have a report, right? They have a report, but I haven't gone through that report. I don't know what the report says. So that would have been important for me to know where the gaps are and see how best I can work with you. Because this is not that you are a fellow Gambian like me. Political parties, that comes later. You have to rank it according to humanity, respect for humanity, love for your country. If you are going to take it like that, we have diversity in religion. And then we can talk about politics. Okay?
And both of them is zero, zippo.
So,
which one?
I don't know what the report says, the Malagan report. I think that would have been very helpful. I cannot make a conclusive statement on that. However, maybe after this show, we can have a conversation because I'm looking at what you need, not what they want the viewers to hear, because that is exactly what you need. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, they'll be back in their homes. They'll be doing something different. But at the end of the day, you
And
are
where
going
would
back
you
to
be?
your family.
Where would you
and
be?
that is where the issues is. So what I would want is for us to have a discussion.
At the end of the day,
We are sorry. We are really sorry. But
okay, Mariama. Don't allow them to politicize the discussion. If you politicize it, then it will create more problems.
I don't feel none of them have mentioned anything that is political.
So they
happened.
What he was saying, what he was saying,
the government.
Yes, because he was talking about being an NPP member. He said if you are an NPP member, then you have access to redress than just somebody who is outside
and
NPP.
I think which is true.
No, that is very wrong. That is very wrong. Do you want to say that the people, the victims who are there, who are getting redress, they are all from NPP? That's why they are getting redress. That is what you want to assume.
No, wait.
That is what you want to assume. That is what you are. That is exactly what you are saying.
Can I respond? You're asking me, isn't it?
No.
Yes,
No. That is what you want to assume. But that is
people that are banned in this country for doing things like this to our people and generations, economic crimes. They have been pardoned and given high-ranking positions nearest to the echelon of power.
That is not
to
what we are
continue to do the same thing.
No, that is
if
not
you
what we
are a victim, has the president created a form?
No.
If you know,
that is not what we are talking about. That is not what we were talking about.
That is what we are saying.
That is not what we are talking about.
That is what we are saying.
No, that is not what you said.
We have said and we repeat it.
You said if you are part of NPP, you can get redress in this country, and if you are not part of the NPP, then it becomes difficult. And I am saying that is not the fact. That is not the fact. The people who are let's take an example.
And tell him that that's the truth. Why? We have seen the victims
you can interject.
Let's take an example of the victims of TRC. No, then you want to say that those who have been redressed there, they were part of NPP.
That is you who is trying to say that. But what I'm trying to say is, why you create a form for just being a member of NPP?
That is your
You have neglected the victims. No form
going forward. No.
Which one do you put as priority?
If you want your party to give loan to your party
cannot accept loan from the government. But if you are NPP, you can access it. It means you are putting NPP members above citizenship.
That is not accurate.
That is
not accurate.
Yes, no problem.
Coming to specifics, if you are talking about the 50 million loan that
I'm not interested to know
those are for the party members. If your party is not doing anything for their women, that is up to your party. Then tell them to buckle up and do something for their women.
Not to do anything for
no, they are supposed to. Your political parties, they only go there for clapping. That's what they do. They only for their women all the time. It's okay for them.
It's okay. Are you done?
I'm not done. Actually, they were cutting.
Finish.
And they were also talking about reparation. Actually, we have started 192 of the recommendations of TRRC. When it comes to reparation, 248 were fully compensated, while 700 were partially compensated. And there are counseling services. Maybe you forgotten, but you did mention that. So all those are in place. Government is working on the recommendations of the TRRC, and they say they are not working on it. That is what you actually said here, unless if you forgot. Within this.
All right, thank you.
That is what you have been saying.
Thank you.
Thank you. You still have no sympathy. You come on, look again. He accused of.
Okay, I have spoken to her, and I can speak to her.
You only dilly around the issues.
I didn't dilly dally. I have said my point, and that is it. I cannot speak like you want to.
No, I'm not saying speak like you, but you said all we say is
Bantaba program jube ka noma bunda fula men yalon ko wolle nyim program sembentu yandi ka fasa wole mu APS aning care finding tentu bake nge jay binda lun tan ketamenti drom wole mu Mariama Fatajo atale moti mi yalon ko sainteng abe men kanin kan wole mu justice ti membe dending afamala yemawla ay sanje kononto sile sai kabira fama yemanta abe safiro ko social media mem jaman laban dinkirati ka jabiro nyinin ka sainteng tinten ngaten tu bake nga jay ala wato menta kane dankuma di Grand Bantaba programme ko nga fo nyamen ro ni programme a manke nga politiko ko damale kacce bare nga ku ko to fanan kacale membe dending banko la kola nga tentu bake nga jay juber labe dawda Gambia fo Gambia bantala mba fulale ala barka bake ali alla wato menta technician wal men yalon ko wolle be ko makaje ko nkango ani nyaada ay finti andum fanan ay sene amba fule ya barka baba bake alama suto to diala wasalam.
Welcome to Kid Madam Sanya, Borom, Sweden. This is another Kid Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. Man, I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Kid Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Kid Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Kir Madam Siaka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Kid Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale, has an owner and not open for viewing. Kid Finder is here for you.
Nyatimbo ntemu APS leti. Ndemu APS leti. APS Gambia lemu APS ti. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyatimbo ete kufuri mbala kentala di. Ke nyatimbo ntari taba futu wola. At least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyatimbo. Yo min fo enta sija. Ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa kodo kinu. Min tata fa wuli muan ime charge fenna wala nta sindi ja
ako natimbo nkoy ko kabo transuto kata wala fa wuli muan ite fenne dola womu zero file bitun kabo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal ike tamuna ike charge mun fa abuka fensi 1% da malam ngati
wota yara gamen no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko ka kodo ki ibadi ngol
yajale ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibiding abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
otam baden gameno albe sito wulle fisiyata alnaleta APS wallet yela lam baylo kon APS wallet ñaata doro bari ko do nim fata do suwo kon to ru
dañu defo no le mol ñala jam nim fata do suwo kon mbafale
ba ci tije mbita ndo register jede kadu sa EPS 100% namut
EPS 100%
EPS
Gambia 100%.
Looking for the perfect home away from home in the Gambia? Welcome to BC's Residence, your ideal short-stay apartment in the heart of Bundung. Whether you're visiting for business, pleasure, or an extended stay, BC's Residence offers you the comfort, convenience, and privacy you deserve. Enjoy spacious, well-appointed accommodations in a peaceful neighborhood just behind Nusrat High School. Our residence combines modern amenities with authentic Gambian hospitality, ensuring your stay is both comfortable and memorable. At BC's Residence, you are not just booking a room, you're finding your perfect base to explore all that the Gambia has to offer. Ready to book your stay? Contact us today. +220-941414. BC's Residence at gmail.com. BC's Residence, Bundung, behind Nusrat High School. Your comfort is our priority.